Them hustling so diary Politico.
So irritated simply because they won't stop sending Maiyegun's videos to them. And it's kind of like another way to get them annoyed. But don't worry, keep doing it, because you just don't know when that information you pick up on Maiyegun's diary Politico every now and then, you just don't know when it is going to be applicable to your life. It may actually be a life-saving, information whereby you may have a reason, right, to thank me later. Doesn't really have to, because it is pretty much like a thankless stuff. Listen, I will say you, Papa. Calamity has befallen Nigeria. And as usual, the victims are Nigerians. You've heard about Ponzi schemes, possibly again and again, in the course of your life journey. Whether you have been a victim before, or you know a victim or group of victims of Ponzi schemes. So whenever you hear that another people have fallen mugu, there is this feeling, the feeling of disappointment. Like, is there something in the water they drink in that place, right, that makes them susceptible to being defrauded? And in this large scale, the people that claim to be very poor, that is the sing-song in the last decade or two. Nigerians are very poor. The people are becoming poorer. And what is all this? Government, this and that. I have my own fair share, by the way, of exposing the degenerating economic situation of that contraption. And you would expect that people who have been subjected to that kind of governance or that kind of economy will be much more careful when they are, dealing with their hard-earned money, right? But here is something you need to know. The reason why everyone should do everything within their power, right, to help the peaceful breakup of that contraption. Don't worry, it's okay. I'll explain. For many reasons, but just to save the lives of the people. You know something about poverty? You will see poor countries in the world, right? Because there are poor countries. And when we are saying poor countries, there are many factors that makes them poor country. And there are supposedly rich countries, or should be rich countries, that have been so mismanaged that they are the rich, right? Just like that of Nigeria. So Nigeria being a country of, highest concentration of black people on earth. So, and then the poverty capital of the world, right? So makes Nigeria a very, very good candidate for the Ponzi schemers. Because in poor countries, right, where corruption is the order of the day, Ponzi schemers, right, they tend to thrive. Because people are desperate, right? It is a place where you see some people who are doing like 2, 3, 4, 5 jobs, but they still can't make ends meet. So they are always like looking for just anything. And in that way, they are susceptible to be vulnerable, right? They are susceptible to become, defrauded. Like I said, it is synonymous with countries, very corrupt countries, and very poor countries. Because, you see, in every country in the world where you have regulators, the reason why you have regulators, whether in the medical field or in the financial field and what have you, right? The reason why you have the regulators is that to make sure that standards are set, right? Verifications are done of any entity or group of people who are starting any business that will involve people putting their money, like investing in that business. So if anything should go wrong, how do you protect those investors? That is the responsibility of government. But unfortunately, brethren, again and again and again, Nigerians have been taken advantage of. In fact, some people said it is because of their greed. Again, don't get me wrong. It is in human nature to be greedy. For those who have and those who want more and the rest. But the reason why the greed of the people, right, is in a way it's not really allowed to ruin them or allow it to ruin others, is because there is law, or there are laws to protect vulnerable people. You know, gamblers. They will say, now you carry your money, go gamble, right? But the reason why you have regulators to protect, addicts or, addicted gamblers and all that is why you have regulators anyway. So there was a time that they had MMM. There was a time they of present, right? They had one failure or something like that. So here is people who are very desperate for cash, struggling so hard, right? Are those they target. And even though when the return they promise them are totally unrealistic. You see, when people come together and say, give me your money, give me $100, and I'm going to give you $200. That is like, or I'm going to give you $150. That is like a 50% interest or return. And then you know that there is no real product attached. And the way they work is that, the first comers, the first comers are kind of like the people who put their money in. So they kind of like are those who get their money out. Then that's where some people say the greed comes in, right? Where others who have like put their money in, they feel like, what if I kind of put more money? You get that now? You put 500,000 in, you're able to take out 800,000 naira, extra 300,000 naira, just like that, right? Okay, you put the entire 800,000 back in, and then they give you back 1.2 million naira. That means you've made like 700,000 naira with your 500,000 naira. So to make more, they will begin to go to their churches, to markets, to schools, and name it. They will go to everywhere to gather money, because the more, it's like this, right? When they are promised, for example, when they are promised a 60% return or 50% return, they will go out there, right, and promise other people maybe 40% return so that they can get their money. So this person whose worth, right, in the last 2 weeks, because he's invested in this scheme from 500,000 naira, it's 1.2 million naira, his own capital will now automatically turn himself or herself to a trader, right, who knows the markets enough. So you can give your money to me. So myself with my 1.2 million naira, I could end up managing asset worth over 200 million naira. Because the purpose is to bring more people on. As long as you have a smartphone, your phone can have access to the internet and all that stuff. That's all you need. And your money, because your money. So if you bring 10 million naira, you're going to get 18 million. You're going to get 15 million. That's extra 5 million naira. So people are like jumping into it, scheme. So it's when it is like towards the end of it, that is when people actually really rush it. And that is when it crashes, because there will be more people to pay now, right? And since the scheme is about using this one to front that one, right? So then you'll be like, how come they existed so much that they are so legit that you saw them with authorities, like with governors, with ministers? You have seen these guys, right, who have come back to defraud you. You've seen them with, agencies, different agencies that were supposed to have seen them and stopped them. Well, that is why you have a poor country and corrupt country as the easy prey. So there's this trade platform called CBEX. You know, for those of you who have lived long enough that remembers MMM, right? So I wanted to look at this. If you are a victim of MMM, for example, that was like years ago, something like 20 years ago or something, right? That's like a long time ago. So if you have lived long enough, right, and you've participated in other schemes like that, because to them, they are telling themselves that those who lost their money right now, they are just not smart or they are greedy and all that. Those who also participated but didn't lose money, they are kind of acting smart right now, all right? So if you witnessed the MMM at the time and tens of billions, I don't know how much the total money lost to MMM at the time. I believe that it was like over 500 billion naira. Okay? So you will understand what this also means. It is similar, okay? It is a trade platform, all right, where everyone is allowed to open an account. So when you open an account, you will then load your account, okay? So when you load your account, for example, the way they put the scheme together for this one, right? If you put in $100, right? So your balance, they were even doing promo. Your balance will become maybe $150. So then you can withdraw at a certain time, right? Which means put this one in, just check your balance later, kind of. So there were those who have put, you know, if you put, or if you kind of like load your account with $1,000, that has some benefits, right? So if you load your account with over 1,000 naira, there are benefits as well. So the point is that the more money you put in, right, the more money you are going to take out of it. So that's how they got Yalata, Yelewa, and all of that recruited, right? And these guys have operated enough that they have appeared on radio, they've appeared on their newspapers, they have done this charity work to support this, support that. In the last 2 years, until 4 or 5 days ago, when people started having problem withdrawing their own money. Why was that? So panic was about to kick in. So there were those who were like the influencers. They quickly deployed them to go and tell everybody that it's just minor, they are being resolved, this and that. But for those who knew what happened during the MMM and others, right, they could tell this is the sign. It don't happen, right? So they put out a statement and said by the 15th of April, we'll begin to, you'll be able to withdraw money, right? Just to control, detention. 4 days ago, right? Everyone started unable, they are like unable to log in, or maybe they were unable to still withdraw, kind of, right? 3 days ago, right? All of their money just turned zero. Whether you had $100 there, turned 0.01 dollars. Whether you had $100,000 there, right? 0.01. That was when alarm blew. Everywhere scattered. And that, for the first time, me too, I heard about it. Like, really? So now you may not have the idea of how many people, including those who are watching right now, you may not have the idea of how many people are involved. All right? But the loudest among them are those who collected money from people to invest it, or they sold land to invest in it, or they borrowed money to invest. You know, it's like all kind of reaction. And also, for a shocker, right? Most of the reactions I have seen so far, they have been mostly from people from the southwest Nigeria, Yorubas. And that's kind of like a shocker for me, right? Because I'm like, if 1.3 trillion naira, $855 million just suddenly disappeared from the platform of these guys, because that's the reason why they said the money disappeared. I think it's called stolen or something, right? Oh yeah, that's them on the right. They're like, our vision is to reduce poverty by 30%. Now they don't plunge hundreds of thousands of people into further poverty, including push so many of them to suicide right now, right? So they found out that over $800 million just like that. And everybody started seeing 0.0000 in their account. Now, I don't know how many of you participated and watching me right now, but I think it is the right time for every one of you to come to reality. That's it. Because the last 2 days, right? Because this whole thing started like a week ago, okay? So, but last 2 days, they've deployed different kind of influencers to try to convince the people that it's still going to happen. But it is not going to happen anymore. As it is right now, they've officially crashed. EFCCO, Nigeria government, there's yet to be any single statement from them. Again, the victims, Nigerians. Let me take you through some of their reactions so far. And please, I hope you will probably should be seeking forgiveness before you watch this or listen to this. Because the reactions are the victims' reactions when they realize that they've lost all of their money. They don't even know who to call right now. So the timeline, I put together all these reactions in this clip. I'm going to play for everyone, okay? From when it all started, right? So when they even took it to a radio station, to tell people to get involved. Okay, bring your money. The people that are crying right now, right? Let's take it to all.
Nínú ètò tá a gbé wá yìí torí ètò yẹn nǹkan tó dídì dálé lórí gangan ni pé láti mú ayé àwọn ènìyàn wa kúrò nínú ìṣẹ́ àti òṣì.
Ẹ ti mọ̀ pé ìpele ọlá ẹ ti mọ̀ pé ìpele ọlá ohun tó máa mú àwọn èèyàn lọ́lá sí ló dúró fún bàbá wa ń sọ lọ́sọ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ pé kẹ́ ẹ ṣe báyìí mo wá gbé fún yín láàárọ̀ yìí àjọ máa ṣe ìpele ọlá ni pẹ̀lú àwọn àlejò mi lórí ètò lẹ́nìí láti iléeṣẹ́ CBEX estate. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n mú báyìí lọ́tọ̀ọ̀dọ̀ ìyá wa kí ni díẹ̀ tàbí kí ni àwọn ìdí ẹ̀ tí mo fi ní láti darapọ̀ mọ́ CBEX estate.
Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀gá mi ṣe sọ síwájú, ètò CBEX wà fún wa láti gbà wá nínú ìyà, òṣì àti ìṣẹ́.
Báwo lọ sí? Mo kàn ní jẹ́ nípa kíní ẹ̀ ni. So wọ́n ń ṣe promo báyìí ẹni àtọ̀la. So mo mọ̀ bóyá tó bá lówó yẹn wọ́n ṣe promo lé ní àtọ̀la. So tó bá ṣe ní $90 yẹn wọ́n máa fún ẹ ní $60 padà. Ẹsẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ tó bá ti activate account yẹn wọ́n máa credit ẹ $60 padà. ASAP tó bá ṣe ní $90. But tó bá ṣe ní $300 yẹn wọ́n máa fún ẹ ní $260 padà. So èyí àtọ̀la ni máa fi ṣe wọ́n máa fún ẹ ní $260 padà. Ṣé wàá lóní $300 yẹn tó bá fún ẹ ní $260 padà. Ọmọ Ọlọ́run ló ní kó máa ń ṣe kìíní yẹn. Àwọn pípín yẹn bá wèrè níwọ̀n o. Wàláì sórí promoter ṣe yẹn wàláì big trap ni trap ńlá náà set. Bí wọ́n rí kíní yẹn láàárọ̀ jẹ́ mo pé trap ní kíní. Wọ́sọ̀ mo pé trap ní kíní ìbọn yìí ṣe yìí. Ọjọ́ kejì mo ń ṣe ọjọ́ kẹta ọjọ́ kejì ọjọ́ tó ṣe yẹn mo ṣe ọjọ́ kejì. So àwọn owó tí mo fi ń ṣe business mo dẹ̀ tún gba owó lọ́wọ́ èèyàn kan náà. Mo ṣáà ṣe oní $600 yẹn ní èmù pé ó máa dá $500 padà fún mi. Ó dẹ̀ tún máa fún mi ní $500 fún investment. So máa jẹ́ $1,000 tí màá withdraw ọmọ owó yẹn ò jáde o. App yẹn sì ń ṣiṣẹ́ normal. Wọ́n jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn withdraw mọ́. Withdrawal yẹn processing ló ń kọ́ kò complete mọ́. So gbogbo àwọn èèyàn tó mo tún wá lọ mọ àwọn èèyàn wọlé ní time tó ń ṣe promo yẹn. Àwọn èèyàn ti threaten mi bí báyìí wo. Bóyá àwọn padà máa sábọ̀ ń kúrò ojú ni. Mo ti ẹ̀mọ́ ọdún fẹ́ ṣe almost bí 900 plus lówó mi tó wà ń bẹ báyìí. Àtowó mi tí mo fi pọn àtowó tí mo yá pé màá gbà jáde in a week tó wà ń bẹ báyìí. Àwọn ọdẹ threaten àwọn tí mo pè wọlé náà Only $300, only $90, only $600.
One in this one, no.
Wala Mecca Tawayi, Olon Wala Kaaba, Olon jẹ́ kí CBEX mú lọ sókè sí. Wọ́n jẹ́ kó tí ìlànà mi sí, wọ́n jẹ́ kó tí ìparí. Jẹ́ kí gbogbo àwa táwa ń bẹ̀ ká rí nǹkan ṣe, ká lè tọ́ka sí pé a ṣe dáadáa. Ọlọ́run ọbẹ̀ ẹ̀bẹ̀ ní ọ̀. Jẹ́ ká sì máa rí òun ni a fi ń rí ọrọ̀ ajé ṣe, tá a fi ń rí gbogbo nǹkan ṣe, táyé fi ń pọ́n wálé. Ọlọ́run mọ́jì ó tí lọ báyìí, Ọlọ́run bá ṣàánú mọ́jì ó tí lọ, mọ́jì ó paná báyìí. Ọlọ́run ìwọlọ́ba tí ó mọ́ ṣe nǹkan tó gbé wá lásìkò tí ìlú le, lásìkò tí ara wa dẹ̀ gbé. Ọlọ́run jáwé mọ́ dẹ̀ wá lọ ni, jáwé mọ́ dẹ̀ wá lọ ni, mọ́jì àkábàámọ̀ pa àṣìṣe. Ọlọ́run inshallah ọlọ́pàá ọ̀tá ilẹ̀ abúlé.
Mo dáràn. Gbogbo yẹn lọ́wọ́ CBEX yín ogun ti dé. Wọ́n ti kó owó tó wà ní CBEX lọ́wọ́ ti kù 0.0 kọ́bọ̀ àti dáràn. Owó mi ti di 0.1 nínú CBEX mo dáràn. 0.1 inside my CBEX kẹ̀ 0.1 kẹ̀ Ọlọ́run. Oh my God. Ọlọ́run ọba ti CBEX jẹ́ ni o. Ẹni tó kọ́ mi CBEX Bọ́lájí máa wọ ìyá rẹ̀ ó wà sáùtì Bọ́lájí. Màá wá ìyá rí o. Yes, I will find you and I will kill you. Note that. 0.1. Ibo 3B mo sì wọ́n bẹ́ẹ̀ náà T.1. Hey.
CBEX come una no learn. Now it is CBEX, they go and reform me, re-strategize. They will still come next year. Nigeria go gone. Thank God I'm from India. Shaolin Temple, yo. Hey, Riga Mojo India. They play. I'm from India. I'm not a Nigerian because Nigerian, they disgrace me. You don't want to work, but if I down, so good to go G. When you no work, they say you should bring money and it's going to times 2 in the next 20 days. And you go and put your money there. Asao. No, Asao now. They say they're happy to trade. There is one robot. Come and see one of my friends telling me, Chides want to do this CBEX. It is robot that we're happy to be trading. To the promo, to the bonus of food. To the jet, a lady boo. Over there can so no way. So all of you that do CBEX, I'm not going to blame you though, because that guy that introduced me to CBEX, he nearly persuaded me. But you know me, as a guy, but don't blame yourself, blame the person that introduced it to you. Everybody that do CBEX, tag that way that introduced CBEX to you. The person that introduced CBEX to you, tag him or Beshekpe. Obìnrin tó ń ṣe CBEX, ayé yín ti bàjẹ́. Obìnrin ṣe CBEX. Wow,
Dógbẹ̀yìn hospital Nàìjíríà, èyí tí ó bá ní irinṣẹ́ tó múnádóko, ẹ jẹ́ lọ wá irinṣẹ́ kún irinṣẹ́ yín. Torí ní àárọ̀ ọ̀la on the 15th, ní àárọ̀ ọ̀la, ẹ gba àlejò. Àwọn ará CBEX ó kàn yín lára. Á kàn yín lára láìpẹ́ yìí, ẹ gba àlejò. Ẹ ní ìdíkẹ́ treat wa BP tí ń rise ẹ̀jẹ̀ tí ń ru.
Guys, I said I should check my balance now. 0 balance. There's nothing there again. To think I just did this thing 2 weeks ago. Iso. Sogundogoji. Iso fún yín.
Meeting in your law. CBEX will tell 500 point something in your law. Lord, hallelujah, me. Oh, God, John, grab me, Allah. Ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí ọlọ́ 0.01 ó gbé wá ní $5.70 tẹ́lẹ̀ ayé mi máa ṣe ọlọ́ máa ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ kí n àjò yìí ọlọ́ àjọ abá máa mítà sniper àjọ abá mi.
See those ones, what they lost, right? Those ones who are making videos, or yeah, those ones who are making videos, or even like sending voice notes and all of that, right? Their own money or investments, they were like, tashere, they're not like that much. The guy that phoned his own friend And I was telling him of how if you put 500, he's going to get 700. If you put 700, he's going to get 1,000. He's going to this and that. A week later, he called his friend back. He sent another voice note to his friend and said, "Ah man, those people trick. They tricked us. They tricked us into just coming into this. I mean, my own money in it is like $900. His money is $900. In Tifnubu's economy, $900 is how much again? 1.5 million, maybe 1.5 or 1.4 million naira. That's how much his own money. He didn't say how much the money of his own friends that he added, right? At the end of the day, you realize that some people, those who are really crying, the real poor ones, when you check their money, you'll be like, this is not that much. But because it is a scam, they have to collect all the money from everywhere and pull it together to, to make the chunk of it, right? So a lady who just came back from Libya, she went there to us in Libya. She came back from Libya. Her friend introduced her to it. She invested there $200. I don't know if you have seen the video, right? She was so teary that you would think she lost the $2 million. See those people who lost like 30,000, 40,000. They said somebody lost $180,000. Like you put $180,000 on the app. See those ones, they are not making videos. Now people could video them later. There was a lady that we saw trying to jump from the second floor of a building. And they said she invested in MMM, It is that crazy, right? And there are more. To be honest, there are more from where that came from. Police officers, SARS, name it, soldier, or everybody all scammed together. Straight up. Here's another part of this, their ranks, right? One sec.
ẹlẹgbọn yé ẹgbọ ọmọ ní síbẹ̀sì ti gbowó àwọn èèyàn lọ síbẹ̀sì mo ti gbowó mi lọ mo ti jẹ gbèsè mo mọ ìyàwó fi sẹ́nu ní ní rí wàhálà ẹgbẹ́ lóòótọ́ ni ẹjọ́ sẹ́lẹ̀ bá ń dọ́gbọ́n rí yọ ẹjọ́ nítorí ọlọ́run ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹjọ́ reply mi.
ó gbọ́dọ̀ ó jẹ́ sunkún náà mú bọ̀ jẹ́ ń bá parí ẹkún máa dá olóhùn.
ẹ̀gbọ́n ó dàbí wọn sọ pé síríẹ̀sì yẹn pé ó sì máa para wá ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ gbọ́ torí mo ti wọnú rẹ̀ mo kàn rí fresh owó mi wà bẹ̀bọ̀ mi ì rí yọ ẹ̀gbọ́n ó sì máa padà wá sá.
ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìyàwó rẹ̀ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìyẹn burú tọ́ọ̀sì rẹ̀ àtìyẹ̀dá mo ti sunkún nìsín ọtún wà wọnú díẹ̀ aláfẹ́ pa ọ́ ni ilé ṣe bá ti kú mi $900 ni mo ní síbẹ̀.
ẹ̀gbọ́n olóhùn mo talẹ̀ wá kó 3.5 sí mo yẹ kó sí last week tí ní.
bàbá ẹ máa dé oníṣọ àǹfààní ikú fẹ́ aláyé ayé lèmi o tó bá lọ ń ṣe orí burúkú ń bẹ àmà ní kí máa ń gbé ẹni bẹ̀rẹ̀ o máa kọ́ gé orí ẹ̀ dànù.
àwọn òkú máa sùn àwọn èèyàn máa kú gan-an òye síbẹ̀ tí wọ́n máa gbọ́dọ̀ lọ àwọn èèyàn kú tí ọjà máa dàrú màá ti ta ẹlòmíì tó ti ta ṣọ́ọ̀bù wọn ẹlòmíì ti ta ilé ẹlòmíì ti ta mọ́tò nítorí ó fẹ́ ṣe CBEX tọ́lá ti rẹ́ owó sí kinní yẹn gidi gan kò máa gbọ́dọ̀ lọ òkú àsùn o káwọn UCH tún máa wọ́n kó àlejò káwọn gbé àwọn hospital lè lọ kó oníṣẹ́ wọlé o àwọn èèyàn wọn á rọ̀ṣẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn dìgbàdìgbà lẹ́bẹ̀ẹ́ gan gidi máa ní.
ìgbésí ayé gbogbo àwọn tó invite mi sí kinní yìí wọn ní sí oríire láyé àtẹ̀yẹ́tẹ̀ wọn gúùpù náà gbogbo yín náà ní sí oríire ẹ̀ ń gbá scam ẹ̀ ní ṣe àǹfààní láyé ní gbogbo yín ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú olè yìí àlùyọ ò ní jẹ́ ti yín o gbogbo yín ẹ máa jáàmù lọ́yọ̀ kọ̀ọ̀kan ni ọyọ̀ kọ̀ọ̀kan ni ẹ máa jáàmù ẹni tí ká ọ̀kadà ò bá gbá ọ̀kadà máa gbẹ́ lómi tẹ́lá máa gbẹ́ lómi mẹ́ṣin máa gbẹ́ lómi nìyí ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú olè yìí ẹ̀ ní sí oríire.
ọmọ ntio Now 0.1 I dey see for my CBEX account too. Now so it show for your own.
Which kind of nonsense question you dey ask me so? Who try to be say whether na so dey show for my own? No be the same app we dey use. Before we put this money, I tell you say anything online, put money, take collect money. My head no dey carry am, my hand no dey. You give me full assurance. Now the money don burst. You dey ask me whether na so e dey show for my own. You go respect yourself. Oh, na small thing dey make me dey vex. I get anger issue. You know the amount wey I put for the app. Help me arrange am down. If not, the world go hear our voice. No worry.
CBEX, this is their office. This is their office. Àwọn èèyàn níwájú CBEX wọ́n ti fọ́ kíní STT màbí. Àwọn èèyàn lọ. Wọ́n ti fọ́ o. Wọ́n ti fọ́ ọ́fíìsì wọn o. Wọ́n ti fọ́ ọ́fíìsì wọn o. Wọ́n ti yọ gbogbo gíláàsì wọn. Wọ́n ti fọ́. CBEX is all good. Wọ́n ti yọ AC good. Wọ́n lè ti yọ AC o. Àwọn èèyàn bóyá kọ́ lọ.
Ọlọ́mọdé máa kó nǹkan wọn. Èsì ni wá rí pé.
Kò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ o.
Máa nọ́ọ̀kì máa gbomi ó rẹ́mi síbẹ̀síbẹ̀ tó bá pa wọ́n bù mọ́ mi lára wọ́n bù bá wá kí ọ síbẹ̀sí síbẹ̀sí oró ńlá lẹ́ẹ̀dá oró ńlá lẹ́ẹ̀dá síbẹ̀sí máa pa wọ́n lẹ́kún láì sí ìyànjú o síbẹ̀sí ó dẹ̀ mí lọ́rọ̀.
And that is the story of Solomon Grundy. The guy that said, oh, there was a guy among the voice note there, right? In one of their groups who said, whoever introduced him into this group, this is what will happen to them. This is what will happen, like cursing them, right? Then he got to a stage and it's oh, damn, man. I've been trying not to laugh. Because even behind the scene, I've been like, wow. I've been rolling on the floor here. Like, literally, right? The guy was like, I'm a jam there, Kokon. What's my belly minute? Tell him my belly minute. Eshi my belly minute. Eshi my belly minute. That is, you're going to get crushed by a car, by a truck, and by a horse. One by one. A bad scammer. He said he's a scammer himself, so he didn't say how much they took from me, but it was like, a bad scammer. I was so surprised, like, is that possible? They scam me. You know, maybe he scammed people. And they took it from him. In shock. In shock, right? Is it, you know, that they will be hit by, that you'll be jammed by a car, a truck. You know, including other victims too. He said, no group, all of you in this group, right? What about Babu? Am I jam? What about jammy? Truck my jammy? Eshi my jammy? That is a horse. Surely, if you know, if somebody get jammed, like if you get crushed by a horse, like why would anybody even think that? Because they are all raging, they can't believe it, right? So many of them, they have so many plans. Majority of them, they are in this economy, in this Tifnubu economy. Sure, you get. So many of them, they are like struggling people who believes that's easy cash, easy money, out of kind of like a debt money. Because Nigeria is a place, like I told you from the beginning, that it is an easy spot, right, for the Ponzi schemers. Okay, people travel from here. Nigerians will travel from the UK to go and stage a scheme, Ponzi scheme in Nigeria, 6 months. They will rent place, whether go to the north. They have different kind of schemes that people pull, right? So even those who are inside Nigeria, they're organizing all these kind of schemes. They work with the banks, and then they will do charity here and there, make it look like, you know, they are established. They are not like other people, but the same playbook. Bring your money, we're going to double it for you, enough that you can be out of debt. A lot of people are in debt in Nigeria, Baba. You know, that thing they call Lapo. It has spoiled so many people's lives. And others may tell you that no, it's not all the people's lives. So I'm talking about those who have become so drowned in debt. So stuff like this makes them feel like it's going to be a way out. And of course, yeah, that's what people call their greed. You know, there's no amount of research you want to do about a Ponzi scheme, right? The moment they are promising you unrealistic return, right? Automatically, you must know that it is a scheme, it is a scam, it's Ponzi. They will use your own money to pay the other person. They will use another person's money to pay you. The moment the whole, what do you call it, the whole basket is filled up enough that there is no space anymore, they will break it, everything will scatter. They will declare bankruptcy. Some of them will run away, and billions, if not trillions, of your money will be gone. You know what I mean? And what really got a lot of them so mad, right, is because of the economy itself. You know, everybody will tell you that they are broke, they are suffering, they are struggling. Do you understand? So imagine somebody who has been telling you that they are poor, they are struggling, and then you see them crying. Like those of us who are in the diaspora. Do you know how many people you have to pick up the school fees of their children, or even their own school fees? Healthcare bills, this bill, house rent, this one, that one. Meanwhile, sometimes you ask yourself, what are they doing with their own money? If you are paying for all of this, so that's what they do with their money. So that maybe, you know, someday you may just call one of them and he's now driving a 20 million naira car. And this is a guy who was begging you for $1 million naira maybe 2 months or 3 months ago. So to them, they found an easy way, easy cash, and they can easily show it off again and say, well, it has helped me, this and that. Fortunately, we do have people who are in diaspora who also fell for this too. So don't think it's only people in Nigeria. There are those in the diaspora who also send money back to these guys to help them invest so that they can double it. A lot of people start to lose, so would they be paid? This is now considered the biggest Ponzi scheme in the history of Nigeria. This one now actually beats MMM or any Rascafeli or whatever, right? This particular one, CBEX, right? Even in the midst of all of that, we already have people who are already telling the victims that they can come and recover their money in another Ponzi scheme called PCEX. CBEX, PCEX, PCEX. You better join us now. You can recover all you lost to CBEX here. And there are many other Ponzi schemes like that. They don't make the news until they crash. They are victims as well, who are their best salesmen, by the way. Their victims are their best salesmen. They are the ones who will tell you that you are jealous. You don't understand. When you don't understand something, That's why people make up different stories and rumors about us, this and that, until when, like Carnival, everything will come clear in the face of, in everybody's eyes, right? Everyone's eye will be clear. And it will now be like this, because in this negative economy, they will now be like, just give me back my money. I don't want extra anymore. Or now Google this and that. Reminds me of this guy, by the way. This voice note sent to a girl.
Iye fẹ́ bàjẹ́ ni oníkó ò lè wà mọ́kẹ̀. Mo dẹ̀ sẹ́ni 4-5 sí ẹ, o lè gba 4-5 lọ́wọ́ mi, kò fẹ́ dáa fún ẹni. Má mà jẹ́ kí n fi ogún ọ̀run bí ẹ ṣe pé kò fẹ́ dáa fún ẹni. Ṣó mọ̀ pé òun wáìnì mi? Ṣó mọ̀ pé òun wáìnì mi? Ṣó mọ̀ pé òun wáìnì mi? Màá fi gbogbo agbára tí mo ní màá fi bí ẹ ṣe pé kí ló ń ṣe ẹ́? Ṣé nǹkan tẹ́mi àti ẹjọ́jọ́ sọ nìyẹn? Má mà jẹ́ kí n fi ogún ọ̀run, má mà jẹ́ kí n fi ogún ọ̀run la ilé pé màmá fi ṣọ̀pọ̀nà bá ẹja, màmá fi ṣọ̀pọ̀nà bá ẹja, màmá fi òkú ọ̀run, màmá fi òkú ọ̀run, màmá fi bí ẹ ṣe pé màmá lọ sí burial ground, màmá fi ránṣẹ́ ogun sí ẹ̀. Mi màá fọwọ́ mi ṣeré ṣọmọye tí 4-5 yẹn mi ṣọmọye nǹkan tí màá 4-5 yẹn ṣe ṣá. Mo fẹ́ 4-5 ní ohun kí ló ń sọ ìgan ṣá, kò fẹ́ dáa fún ẹni. Ṣé wọ́n fẹ́ ránṣẹ́ ogun sí ìdílé yín, ò fẹ́ ṣoríire lé yín ni? Kí ló ń ṣe iná, kí ló ń sọ yìí? Bá mi sẹ́ni 4-5 mi padà, bá mi sẹ́ni 4-5 mi padà. Mo fi Ọlọ́run bẹ̀ ẹ́, má jẹ́ ká jà. Mi ò fẹ́ ká jọ wọnú ogun. Mo lè ní kí o wọnú ogun, kó o jí sógun, kó o jí. Iye fẹ́ bàjẹ́ ni oníkó ò lè wà mọ́kẹ̀. Mo dẹ̀ sẹ́ni 4-5 sí ẹ, o lè gba 4-5 lọ́wọ́ mi, kò fẹ́ dáa fún ẹni. Má mà jẹ́ kí n fi ogún ọ̀run bí ẹ ṣe pé kò fẹ́ dáa fún ẹni. Ṣó mọ̀ pé òun wáìnì mi? Ṣó mọ̀ pé òun wáìnì mi? Ṣó mọ̀ pé òun wáìnì mi? Màá fi gbogbo agbára tí mo ní màá fi bí ẹ ṣe pé kí ló ń ṣe ẹ́? Ṣé nǹkan tẹ́mi àti ẹjọ́jọ́ sọ nìyẹn? Má mà jẹ́ kí n fi ogún ọ̀run, má mà jẹ́ kí n fi ogún ọ̀run la ilé pé màmá fi ṣọ̀pọ̀nà bá ẹja, màmá fi ṣọ̀pọ̀nà bá ẹja, màmá fi òkú ọ̀run, màmá fi òkú ọ̀run, màmá fi bí ẹ ṣe pé màmá lọ sí burial ground, màmá fi ránṣẹ́ ogun sí ẹ̀. Mi màá fọwọ́ mi ṣeré ṣọmọye tí 4-5 yẹn mi ṣọmọye nǹkan tí màá 4-5 yẹn ṣe ṣá. Mo fẹ́ 4-5 ní ohun kí ló ń sọ ìgan ṣá, kò fẹ́ dáa fún ẹni. Ṣé wọ́n fẹ́ ránṣẹ́ ogun sí ìdílé yín, ò fẹ́ ṣoríire lé yín ni? Kí ló ń ṣe iná, kí ló ń sọ yìí? Bá mi sẹ́ni 4-5 mi padà, bá mi sẹ́ni 4-5 mi padà. Mo fi Ọlọ́run bẹ̀ ẹ́, má jẹ́ ká jà. Mi ò fẹ́ ká jọ wọnú ogun. Mo lè ní kí o wọnú ogun, kó o jí sógun, kó o jí.
You know, I'm so sorry to those of you who don't understand Yoruba, okay? So when I was listening to some of these audio recordings of the CBEX scam, I stumbled on that, and it's been a while, right? So it just kind of like gave me a flashback to when I first heard of that audio. On top of 4,500 naira, you will call the heavenly war, be something on top of a girl, right? People said that he's already used all kinds of aphrodisiac, they call them. They don't use all kind of drugs, waiting for the girl, and the girl said she couldn't make it anymore. So, you better send my 4,500 back. So that's the way I think some of the CBEX victims are currently feeling like. We don't even want any profit anymore. Just give us back our money. Just give us back our money, or we'll bring more. Shop on my fish shop on Veja. I don't see very grand. I send you little 4-5. Yeah. But that is just to lighten up everyone's mood, because I know some of you are seated there, maybe in this crowd of over 1,400 of us, right? In this crowd on YouTube, right? So we'll probably have maybe 10, 20, 30 of you who are victims, right? Or you've heard about it, you've been invited to join, you just didn't join because one, you are smart enough to recognize a scam, or maybe two, the general one, you just didn't have money at the time when they asked you to come and join them. And right now, you think God loves you so much. I mean, I've seen reactions of others too, who have been saying that, God loves me. That time, I know, now money no get to. So that time, if to say I have money in it, I would have invested in that thing. But God said, sometimes when you don't get money, you don't know whether God they try to protect you. This is the kind of motivational what have you that some of them are giving themselves. Here you get, but because you don't have money, you didn't join, and you are grateful that you didn't. And now you probably should remember, because one of the problems found in the genes of Nigerians, people from that contraption, is that the majority suffers from what is called the Stockholm syndrome, right? So right now it is trending. Right now it is like very hot. You are seeing videos after videos and all of that. But just give it another 6 months and everybody would have moved on and recruit themselves again for another round of a scam that would then become the news. So if you know anybody who is showing any signs like they are talking to themselves, and this one is very important now, okay? Now, if you have anybody around you that you started noticing that they are talking to themselves, okay? Try and find out. They might have participated in this scam, and there are so many people who are having this thought of killing themselves and all that, okay? So this is a very, very serious and tough time for everybody. So while you are here laughing at the reactions of some of these guys and all that, I hope you're going to probably put a call through to your own family member. Just ask them this one straightforward question. Show CBEX. You see? That is very important, right? Ask your friends, ask people you know, and then you can probably put your mind at rest afterward. Because majority of their victims, they are like the regular everyday people. They're like normal people, and they're normal people as well. You know, so there's no response from the government. There will be none, and the EFCC, who are supposed to also protect you, probably don't give a shit anyway, right? Which is understandable. Okay, so everyone is already making it like now your choice. You know what I mean? Like it is your own greed and all that. So you just have to lick your wound. Find somewhere else to, cry alone and let it out. Do not put your money in anything that they are telling you that they will give you 50% return in 2 weeks. It's a scam, and you can't be smarter than those who are looking for people like you. Yeah, people like you who think they are smart when they are about to be scammed. 1.3 trillion naira. And not a single member of that team has been arrested as we speak. Not a single one. Okay? We can leave that for a sec. And go straight to Akwa Ibom, where Kolu has received a 2027 endorsements in 2025. So his name is So if I tell you I probably am referring to him as well. That's their governor. So they were inaugurating a 65-kilometer road as part of the coastal road, the one that passed through Akwa Ibom. That was where told everybody who cared to listen that Tinubu will do 8 years. Whatever anybody feels, it's PDP. Yesterday, the people destroying people, governors said they are not going to be part of any coalition. Meaning Atiku and his co-travelers, they are on their own. There will be no coalition of PDP. And it is on record as well that 7 out of the 11 PDP governors are already working for Tinubu. And understandably so, since the entire thing the entire system is about to scratch my back or scratch your back, kind of, right? So, in you.
And I want to thank you, the Honourable Minister, for the intervention on the Calabar to highway. Thankfully, you have passed through the road. You can see, in fact, 4 hours was small. It means yesterday was a good day. Sometimes it is 8 hours on this short road. And I thank God that you experienced it. Not that I'm happy that you experienced it, but I thank God you experienced it. And you were able to do something immediately. We're going to work with high tech. And please, MD High Tech, I'll be calling your number. We have been told immediately after Easter you will mobilize. And I'm told that
you are the only company that works before payment is made. But maybe at the federal level. But our own NSEC works also before payment is made. And so when I need something to be done faster, just like high tech is to the federal government, NSEC is to the state government. So we want to thank you, want to work with you, and please, I'm just a phone call away in case you have any need to speak to me as you embark on this road. We'll cooperate with you. You don't need to call Abuja first, call me first, and then we will talk to our people, we'll work with you. Don't go to Abuja before they cancel the road and go elsewhere. I know Engineer Dave will not go elsewhere, he will pass through this place. I promise you we'll give you all the support that you need. Let me end by assuring our president, our people-loving president, who will complete 8 years, because we are going to stand by him. And this is the truth. He cannot start this work and abandon it. Somebody else may not finish it. Let the hand, Bible says, who is this mountain that is standing before Zerubbabel? The hand that has started this work, that hand shall do what? Shall complete it. Our prayer is to pray for Mr. President for good health, to finish the work that he has started and commission this work, so that this work will not be abandoned. It will not be like the East-West Road, like we have stayed there forever. This one will be finished, and the hand that has started it will finish it in Jesus' name. We'll continue to collaborate with the administration of Mr. President, because he has shown us love and has worked with us across party lines. We will also work with him across party lines. We'll continue to work with him to spread the news of prosperity, to deepen our unity and faith and pride of the Nigerian state. Please permit me at this point, therefore, to kindly and humbly invite the Honourable Minister of Works and his entourage to join us as we go to flag off this road. Thank you so much, and God bless you all.
So they were there to flag it off, and he had to really plead with him to please do abandon this road. Tell Mr. President that our people will stand by him in 2027, please. We'll make sure that we do abandon this road like the East-West Road. East-West Road, abandoned. But pretend that they are actually doing something on it. And that's Kolu. Solomon Kinde Ibadan spoke with Shehu tonight. I'll bring that up later, don't worry. And it's about, it's about the PDP's governor's position, as well as himself could be running to be president from the south, he said, Solomon Kinde. But before that, like I said, we'll come back to that, okay? So before that, let's go to Benue, let's go to Plateau State in Bassa. The last time we spoke about Plateau State was when we reported the over 12 people killed in Bokos, right? Now, just on Palm Sunday, this last Sunday, 51 individuals, 51 human beings were slaughtered by this same Fulani terrorists. 51. Before we started this program, I then saw one Nigerian army propaganda handle on Twitter, or X, or formerly Twitter X, because now that's like old school, right? So X, where he said, or he posted that only 15 people were killed in in Bassa local government area of the Plateau State. Only 15 people only 15 human beings only. So it is reported from the mass burial that is also kind of like available on social media. I'm sorry I can't share that, which is so graphic, right? Like you get to see how they are like lowering all these butchered people at the body, lowering them into this shallow grave, where they dumped all of them in. It's quite graphic, so I'm not sharing that. All right. Oh yeah, we saw that. And if you want to see it as well, it is right there on the internet. Look for it. So we saw all these killings. They are I haven't heard anything from Tinubu, have you? What about Nigerian army? No? Right. But their own state governor went there to apologize to the people by apologize for failing them, where these 51 people were buried in shallow grave, unmarked grave. Do you know what a shallow grave means? It simply means that their family members, the family members of these individuals will never have any recognized resting place where they can say, oh, this is my brother here. But rather they will say, my brother is one of those people they buried in this shallow grave. That is their own reality, right? But here is Mutfang, their governor, and his own team at Basa yesterday.
If I will tell you the truth, I myself have been crying since yesterday because I had trusted God that all the arrangements were put in place, that this will not happen again. We have made investments in security, but like all human arrangements, sometimes they fail. And I want to admit that on Sunday night into Monday morning, we failed you. Please forgive us. This woman needs medical attention.
So that's their governor telling them that they failed them, and he's been crying since yesterday and all that, blah, 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 blah. 51 people. And guess what? They are attackers, the terrorists that did all of this. The worst they're going to get when captured will be for them to hold the Quran and say they won't do that again. And automatically they will become repentant terrorists in rehabilitation. Man, it's like, it's unfair, Those you have in public office, they are supposed to represent you. They are supposed to do everything to protect your interests, right? Then some marauding Islamic terrorists hiding behind their religion, are slaughtering the indigenous people. They still don't really matter, The people that are supposed to represent you are more interested in placating the terrorists. That everywhere you turn, there is no real program in rehabilitating the victims of terrorism in Nigeria. It's always the terrorists. For peace. Give them your land for peace. Learn how to allow them to stay in your forest as they are. Allow their cows to graze by creating a grazing route for them. Like your citizens have no real value. You have no real value in the hands of those who are supposed to be your own leaders. Come on, think of it. You have no real value. If anything happens to you, that's it. Just try your best to make sure that nothing happens to you. Because if anything happens to you, that's it. You're on your own. The terrorists have more value than you. They do. In Yobe State, while these terrorists are slaughtering people, in Plateau State, in Benue State, in Yobe State, they were celebrating the graduation of the repentant terrorists to be rehabilitated with public fund. There is no rehabilitation for the victims of terrorism in Nigeria. They are in IDP camps. Just go there and give them something. Take pictures with them. Go and give them food. That is the most. The victims, Nigerians, inside Nigeria, refugee camps, inside Nigeria. But there are rehabilitation programs for terrorists in Nigeria by your own leaders. It's unbelievable, man. You know, some things are just so unbelievable. I mean, think of it now. Shay, do you know anywhere they are doing rehabilitation, counseling, rehousing, healthcare, education, what have you, for the victims of terrorism in Nigeria? Huh? You've heard about the standard of living, how they are living. Meanwhile, hundreds of billions of naira have been expended by these rogues in a project called Operation Safe Corridor to rehabilitate repentant terrorists. Repentant terrorist. Damn it, man. Who will rehabilitate these people, for example?
They never mature. They never mature. We don't see them. When we don't come up for farm, neither they come. No. They finish this farm. Now last year.
Yeah, that's the video from a speechless farmer whose entire investments got ruined, destroyed by the same Fulani terrorists in Edo State. And on the other side, from Edo State as well, right? You get to see the life of the repentant or the would-be or the later would-be repentant terrorists inside Nigeria.
Ontura naki Tinubu. Tinubu gaji naka. Kuni anam wallahi mun sha nono ga kudi. Ga nono ga kudi. Ya za a rena lebanga. Nono lebanga alaji kudi ne nga maka alaji gido.
Yeah, the ones taking the people, and they collect ransom, they flaunt it and all that. They have pages on TikTok, man. It's like nobody's looking for them. Not really. Evil people that you call leaders. And one of them actually admitted, and he said, you see, the problem you are facing in that contraption, they are only man-made problems, right? The fight that they want you to fight, either as a northerner, a southerner, a Christian, a Muslim, or wherever it is, right? According to him, because he's one of them, I'm going to play the video. You're going to hear that, right? So, is that you are just doing the bidding of the elites, because as I believe, right, and I've postulated many times that your problems in that contraption, your problems are man-made. And that is why when you're, when you're pointing out all these problems, it is always ideal to mention the people behind those problems. You list their names and put their faces out there too. So don't just talk don't talk about Nigerian problems like these are caused by spirits. Oh yeah, they just say that they have evil spirits controlling their leaders. Evil spirits. We need to pray for them. You don't understand. There are some evil spirits here. They always send out powerful people to use them. And that is why you see somebody that is very good, somebody that is a philanthropist, is helping people, is doing this and that. It will now just become governor and it will become a devil. Because now that thing inside that place where they go to, right? That thing, they enter them. So we have to pray for them. No, you are if you are being honest, right? There's never a time that this evil spirits, right, that enters them to loot you, right, to harm your young people, give them drugs and use them for their political dirty jobs, right? So that same evil spirit never for once, okay, force them to go to the public and then just dump all the money they've stolen from you, drop all the details of where they are keeping all your money. And then you can say, now the devil, they use them. I told you, now devil, they use them where they make them steal money. Oh. The kind of devil where they do these people very powerful. Sometimes you can ask them to go and dump the money on the street, but that is not. Now they form devil for them. They form this and that for them because the problems of Nigeria is not caused by any devil or any spirit or anything, caused by human beings who have names. And they come from all ethnic nationality. And then the tribes, religion, name it, in that contraption. Like this guy covered it.
I want the downtrodden, the masses of this country, to see us as what we are, politicians. Most of us are not trustworthy. Most of us are selfish. Most of us care just for ourselves. Because whenever you are part of a system, you don't fight it. I want the people of this country to understand, like the masses down, that look, we the elites, we are one and the same. We are one and the same. We're not enemies. And then Muslims and Christians, we are one and the same. Whenever it's convenient for an elite, you will see him with like a Muslim elite and a Christian elite, they are one and the same. Elite in PDP and elite in APC are one and the same. This is what I want the people to understand, that look, at the elite level, we are one and the same. So please, the people of this country, downtrodden, you should not fight your brother because he's a Muslim or because he's a Christian, either because he's a Fulani or because he's an Igbo man. Because at the level, at our own level, we don't fight. We don't insult each other. We don't kill. We don't maim
At the elite
ourselves.
level?
At the elite level. So I want down the ladder to also understand that, look, don't kill yourselves over these elite issues. Because most of these fights, they are elite fight. Simple. Once you lose out, then you start saying that, look, the northern, like some of the northern, my brothers in the north now, all of a sudden now, Tinubu is a tribalist. Tinubu does not like the northerners. Tinubu does not like Muslims. These are the same people who campaign for Muslim in this country. And then some of them are now saying now, all of a sudden, remembering that, look, Tinubu, we will not go for Tinubu again because we don't want to Muslim again. These kind of things. So it's elitist thing. And I hope the people understand. I want...
Right. But he's right, though, They do not have any, your criminal politicians in Nigeria don't have any religion. They do not have any tribe, okay? And they don't also, what else do they not have again? Like, it's like a class war. They are all united over there. Then they are also the same people who continue to milk the differences in people by weaponizing those differences for political gains, right? It's too late, It's like that time when El Rufaya, who was the champion, I think he was actually talking about El Rufaya, by the way, but not directly. El Rufaya was on TV not long ago when he said, like, they've given the Southern Nigeria their chance and they gave them Tifnumbu. Southern Nigeria did not give you Tifnumbu. You, Yeye Bello, Patawale, and the rest of you who probably managed to get on board of what was like an ongoing operation anyway. So Mamadou Yakubu and the rest of them that foisted the Tifnumbu on Nigeria because the idea of Muslim ticket was the idea of El Rufaya. Then he's changing it and saying, okay, we're not doing that anymore. We're not doing Muslim anymore. We're going to have to do something different. So that guy was talking about this guy.
As a private citizen, I can afford to be reckless and say, you know what? We gave the Southerners their chance. They gave us Tinubu. Has he done well? If he hasn't done well by 2027, let's vote him out. Okay? I would prefer that a Southerner succeeds Tinubu. But at the end of the day, in the party that I would be, whether it is APC or any other party, the calculation has to be who will win. And as I told you earlier, in Kaduna, when we looked at all the southern aspirants, our caucus said, look, Tinubu has the best chance of winning. Our party must win. Whatever the baggage he comes with, let's manage it after we win. It is the same way these decisions are taken. Now, in 2027, I will not be a governor. So I will not have the sort of clout that I had in 2023. But I'm just explaining this so that people understand that in those smoke-filled rooms where these political decisions are taken, hard political mathematics takes place in which you want to win. And the person that wins is the one that you go for. It doesn't matter where he comes from.
That's El Rufaya, Kaduna Little Fingers. And then one of the G-string governors under Wirewike, Solo Makinde Ibadan, has dropped his own kind of like his own take on this conversation around coalition, Abino coalition. To him, he said the 2027 charade, which you kind of call election, right? The 2027 charade would be between the people versus the APC, not PDP versus APC. I don't even understand what that means, right? But here, he categorically said he is also qualified anyway to be president. I mean, Solo Makinde Ibadan, ladies and gentlemen.
By the Northeast, the North Central, and the Northwest, how do we sell that position, all around the country? So it was self-inflicted. There wouldn't have been any G5. The day after the convention, I went to my very good friend, Governor Fintiri of Adamawa State, and I said, look, make this a government or a ticket, of a unity ticket. Get Governor Wike, let us appeal to him, let him be on that ticket. There wouldn't have been it would have been a stronger ticket, really, to face the APC. But all the people around our candidate, they rejected it. We met with him in London. All the things we discussed in there, he rejected it. And he came back and said, we've moved on. I mean, all these children, where were they when we were forming PDP? And we've seen the results now. And we don't want to walk that path again. When we got to Bauchi, the first PDP Governors Forum meeting under this dispensation, I made it clear to everybody that, look, let us wipe the slate clean. Let us not dwell in the past. We've seen the results. And if you're saying, look, okay, some people did this in 2023, but others did it in 2015. PDP should have still been in power up until now, but some people walked out of Eagle Square. We knew who they are, and we lost power at the federal level due to that action. Something repeated itself in 2023. We should pull back and say, look, this party still remains the major hope of the common man. Most people in this country, what they're saying to us is that, look, you guys go get yourself together and then leave the rest to us. And I kept saying it, 2027 election, it won't even be PDP versus APC. It will be Nigerians versus APC. Mark my word on that.
Let's take a breather, Governor.
Once you're operating at the national level.
Well, I'm hearing something, Governor Makinde, and within your party, there are those who are saying that if they are considering anybody for the party ticket in 2027, it has to be Seyi Makinde. I'm very sure you must have heard. The whisper must have come to you. Are you ready for that kind of task?
Well, I mentioned it severally. Nobody will set an agenda for me. I will set an agenda for myself. And people can say whatever they want to say. Right now, I am focusing on what Oyo State people, what they've given to me, the task ahead of us. And so I'm not distracted. And I will not play stunt politics. I will not do things because it feels right in some people's ears. No, we will do things. We will stay focused to ensure that we bring dividends of democracy to our people. We look after them. We also build infrastructure that will lead our people, well into the future. That is not consistent with, whether somebody is going to go to the federal level or whether people are saying, look, you must contest this. If I want to contest, I will come out at the appropriate time.
So, I mean, you are not thinking about it now, but if your people are pushing you and are saying they want you, isn't this some kind of affirmation of maybe your performance or your capacity? Or, I mean, would you say no if the people come out to say it is Makinde we want?
But, even in Oyo State, 2019, maybe a lot of people may not know this, but this is my first public service job. All my life, I'm 57 now. All my life, I have not been in a public space. Until I became a governor, I never knew you could. Some people could buy a ticket for you to travel, or give you a car, to ride in. All of those things, I worked for them.
We
we work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt.
I bring you a message of hope.
We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
So that's Solomakede Ibadan. They are never very straightforward, okay? Like, they don't give you straight answers. And it is deliberate. You know, they'll be stalling and all of that stuff. Or he wouldn't mind to throw his own towel in if he eventually admitted, well, first he was going back and forth, and I don't think we have such a luxury of time. So this brother, he believes that when the time is right, and Nigerians themselves, right, now them who fight for themselves. Everybody says that when Nigerians are tired, when they are tired, they will stand up aside. They've never been tired. They've never really fought for themselves per se, except during the time we are going to do our so leader. You see, Nigeria never fought for themselves. It's always done by they're like always fighting the elite fight, because the elite will kind of like scheme what the agenda will be, and then they will recruit the people who are always going to help them move it, and then they're also going to become the victim of it at the end of the day. So then that becomes the people's fight. But this guy believes otherwise. When people are ready, he says.
There is a concerted effort to convince Nigerians that the next election is already won and lost. That there is nothing you and I can do to change the course of our country. It is in the enlightened self-interest of Nigerians that we preserve our democracy. And there is no democracy without more than one political party. Every democracy has at least 2 political parties. The US that we copied this system from has the Democrats and the Republicans. There is a concerted effort to destroy opposition parties in Nigeria. We must do everything within our powers to save our political parties. PDP, as demonic as that party is, must not be allowed to die. Labour Party, which I subscribe to, which I have supported, I'm not even a registered member, as it were, of Labour Party, but I subscribe to it because I see it as the lesser evil between PDP and APC, must be allowed to survive and thrive. The supporters of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who are telling us that there is nothing we can do in the 2027 election, that the election of 2027 is already won and lost. I am telling you today, you are a liar and the truth is not in you. The only reason APC is leading this country today is because Nigerians voted for APC. APC could not have stolen that election. Yeah. So the same way we removed PDP, by the time Nigerians are tired of APC, I don't think they are tired yet, they will remove APC. And this is not even an opposition to the ruling APC and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I don't have any problem with them. I used to say that if any Nigerian can survive in Nigeria, I, Idris Zekeri Jr., will survive in Nigeria. Even if you employ the devil himself, if you recruit the devil from hell to come and be president of Nigeria, I will survive. We once had this kind of arrogance from the PDP. A PDP chairman once woke up, maybe having spent time with his side chick in this country, and told us that PDP will rule Nigeria for 60 years. Today, the man is bedridden somewhere. Nobody should intimidate Nigerians. We will decide what we want. Nobody owns this country. Nobody is more Nigerian than any Nigerian. Nobody should tell us that we are helpless. And you must not believe that you are helpless. Once you are in this country, you must remain hopeful. You must believe that you can change the narrative. And let us be clear. Let us be clear. You will not push people to the wall. Jonathan knew in 2015 that if he decided to misbehave, even he himself cannot control what will be the outcome of his misbehavior. So what did he do? He quietly handed over power if you push Nigerians, a time will come that Bola Ahmed Tinubu will have to choose between his personal survivor, the nation's survivor, and his political ambition. I pray that we never get there. Keep believing in Nigeria.
High right, bruv. Well done. Like you is I don't know. Can we give the best motive? No, is sounding like a motivational speaker. You know those. Yes, I can. They will be telling you. So yeah, say yes, you can. Yes, I can. Say yes, I can. I can. Let me see. Oh, something like, yeah, we can remove Tifnumbu. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. And everybody will be shouting, yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Motivational speaker. But when you hear that, taco! People will they shout, yes, we can. Yes, we can. Right? Except the one will be saying, now the gun don't hit them. Others, you see them like fly away. Let's go jump fence, go jump fence. So you can't anymore. That's what the motivational speaker, that's what they kind of like to, you know, that's their job. You look at yourself and say, how many kg are you? How many stones are you? I say, oh, you are 40 stones, LBS, or 50 stones. And then somebody is there, they say this one is, 140 LBS or something like stones, right? 140, that's like 90 over your own now. But then they say, maybe they tell yourself, say, yes, you can. Yes, I can. So you feel beaten, say, yes, I can. How? So you can use tactic, you can use motivational speaker. Yeah? At the end of the night, all of us go attend the burial of the person when they motivate. And that's how they will motivate you into your own grave. Like, literally, sure you get. So, I didn't think it was going to take it serious. He was just just advising them that literally. I didn't expect him to go and use his 50 LBS body to go and challenge somebody who is 120 LBS and all that. Sure you get. So I didn't expect he was going to do it. That's what the motivational speaker does. You know? And then when Tifnubu and his gang does what they know how to do best, motivational speaker will begin to say, I think Nigerians are not ready. I mean, people say that all the time, right? People tend to know when you are ready and when you are not. It's like nobody knows when Nigerians will be ready. Like all motivational speakers, you know. And they will tell you that Nigerians are not ready. When Nigerians are ready, I say, when? About when? It's time is going. When are they going to be? What is that worst thing that will happen that will really motivate them than your own motivation, which is just a time buying and all that? Don't participate in any charade elections. You won't have anything to regret. Yeah, it feels bad. It's like, excuse me, it's like, oh, what if we do something? What's that something? Oh, let's participate if we can. All of us, if a lot of people participate and they can't rig it and all of that stuff, I say, okay, go for it. They will still rig it. So what are you going to do when they rig you? Almost nothing. Like everybody knows. So, and the moment you participate in an already rigged system, you don't complain later that you have been rigged out or you're being cheated. The right thing to do at first. So have a kind of like a fighting chance is to first demand for the public burning of that your trashy 1999 unconstitution. Burn it. Write a new one that doesn't give any power to choose who is going to be the umpire head for your elections. Do not give that power to the person who is also going to be running in that same election. Do that. Even though it won't happen, unfortunately. It won't. You know, it's like asking Tifnubu to play Russia roulette when he's holding all the stake. He say, no, come and play Russia roulette. Let's gamble about this. Are you mad? That'll be after I'm done. Or if you can come together before you participate in a would-be rigged election, right? And you've already fought for a little bit, like I said, something that will give you a fighting chance. That's okay. Now let's go try it out now. At least it's balanced like this, not one-sided. Then you can then start talking about elections. Participating in any election in that contraption is validation of the fraud. And you can't participate knowing what will happen and then turn around and say you've been cheated. We have been rigged. So what are you going to do? They will tell you to go to court. The judiciary is very corrupt. They are going to rule in his favor because they won't remove him. So why participate in what you already know what the end result will be? That's not a reverse psychology. People say it's, it's reverse psychology. They know that once people come, people will come out. Once coalition come together, coalition, so funny. There are some certain things that they will never happen, and if they ever appear to happen, they are just caricature of the real thing. Because last, it is not an end in it. It's not going to be an end in itself. It's just going to be a mean to an end. And what's that end? Tinubu will continue as your president. You don't have, you don't like that, then go to court. Now, when they cheat you in that your court, where do you go to? You go to God. You report it to God, to your sky daddy. That is how the rigged system works. Participating in a rigged system to cry later that you are cheated is one of the most stupid things that people do conveniently in that contraption. Don't participate. I have no regret right now. You see, to those of you, for example, now, those of you who participated in their 2023 charade, you made effort, Abi, you want to save Nigeria. You ignore the obvious, rigged system to you. People must. The rest is history today, right? That is the same system that you are still going to stand up and expect to do the right thing. How? It doesn't work that way. So, like that guy said, until you are ready. I'll keep reminding you. And congratulations, by the way, to Portable. It's been released. And it's been released by the court. His bail has been granted, and Oshupa has also withdrawn the defamation case. Not Oshupa, or maybe Oshupa, because he is being charged for criminal defamation by the Kwara State Police Command, Kwara State Police versus Portable. And it is abuse of power, by the way, because what they did is not different from what Afe Babanlaole did to Dele Farotimi, or what Burna Boy did to Akwi, Speed Darlington, remember? But it's just that this got resolved faster than the other two. So Portable, I have many questions. They shaved his head, or he shaved his head. I don't know. Maybe we'll hear about that later. Well, yeah, of course, there is a document out there showing that the whole case is dropped. Put it that way, because we did touch that yesterday, and as Yoruba will say, those of you who watched the program yesterday, is ideal for you to have your own updates on the matter. So going forward again, here we have here we have a state governor. This is Zanfara now, the guy that succeeded Patawale, who publicly stated that when he took over in Zanfara, things were so bad, so poor, right, that he only met 4 million naira in the state accounts. 4 million naira, that's low. He is also the same guy who said that his effort to curb the insecurity in his own state, the Fulani terrorists and the rest of that, exposed the dark side, of the whole thing, where the former governor right? Patawale, who is also a minister of defense for state in Nigeria, under Tifnumbu, is accused of using his own position to free some of the courts Fulani terrorists by this Zanfara guy. But like many of them will say, right, I've turned it around. No, you haven't.
When I took over as a governor, Zamfara State was in a mess in every aspect of life, be it security at the highest level, education at the bottom, healthcare at the bottom, human development capacity almost non-existent. And it's one reason why I had to declare state of emergency in education as well as health care. Remember, when I took over, there was nothing in our treasury. So many debts.
Nothing in the treasury?
Nothing. I only inherited
So you're saying Matawale left nothing there?
I only inherited 4 million naira. The records are there, with all sort of liabilities, ranging from backlog of salaries, 4.5 months, judiciary, N1.6 billion, WAEC, 1.6 billion, NECO, 1.4 billion, and so many other challenges, which I had to face head on. The first thing I did was declare the backlog of those salaries. I had to make sure I went into some kind of agreement with WAEC as well as NECO so that our children can sit for WAEC and NECO. And not only that, to also be able to get some of those certificates, the one they wrote in the past, that they were not able to collect because of non-payment. There was not a single drop of water for 5 months in Zamfara State when I took over. And we were able to solve that in just 3 days. So, in fact, the liabilities is unbelievable. But as a leader, I had to find a way to be able to take care of that. Let me remind you, Rafai, when I took over, the salary of a civil servant in Zamfara State was 7,000 naira. Just 7,000 across the state and local government. I had to quickly do what I had to do to jack it up to then the minimum wage of 30,000 naira. Not only that, since 2011, pensioners were not paid to the tune of 16.5 billion, which I was able to settle everybody as at last month. That has been cleared. Every civil servant from 2011 pension was cleared. And we're now paying the 70,000 minimum wage. Now, let's go back to education. When I declare state of emergency in education, it has to be holistic. If you look at the condition of our schools at the time, it's unbelievable. So as we speak now, we're able to turn things around. We have renovated over 400 schools, fully renovated, furnished, across all the 40 local governments of the state. We've settled NECO, we've settled WAEC, and other liabilities, like scholarship. We're able to settle our student in Sudan. We're able to settle our student in India. And we are now in the process of finalizing Cyprus. Okay. This is what we're doing in education. When I took over.
Why are you looking at me? I don't have evidence that I didn't do all of that. I mean, I would expect the journalist, Rufai, right, to probably confirm or debunk all he listed. Here you get like, so I don't know. They all, I mean, it all sounded good, you know, pay pension, increase minimum wage, even though he met 4 million naira with so many debts, liabilities, and stuff. So it sounded good. Like it was like, that sounds good, kind of. if it's true. That's the problem. We're not sure. Zanfara, wherever Patawale came from, it comes from, right? That is the minister of banditry under Tipnumbu, put it that way. Just like they have the ministry of banditry, kidnapping, and terrorism called the livestock, created by the same Tipnumbu, okay? So I am just going to, hope it's true, because it sounded great, like it's true. Now, outside Zanfara is Enugu, where the last time somebody was on this platform and they kind of like I said, I barely covered the eastern part of Nigeria, where these criminal governors are not so different from their other counterparts, from other parts of the contraption. Well, anyway, I have shared so much on the good, the bad, the ugly of everywhere, by the way. So it's not always about the bad, this or that, all right? So we do know about their, what's that called again? This their face-saving kind of propaganda, where when some paid people begin to tell you about what this governor is doing or what that governor is doing, some of you who are living in their state sometimes will ask yourself, are they talking about my state? Are they talking about this place? Like sometimes you read a lot of, you read something about your governor on social media and just be like, is this person all right? Like, what are you talking about? You're talking about this mofo that is our God. God damn it, man. You know what I mean? So, but in my own case, I kind of, deal with what is physical, right? What you can see, like what you can touch as well, to give my own comments. So I saw this in Enugu. Yeah, indeed. So the guy imported over 50 kind of like BRT buses. Okay, got them bus rapid transports, and they also brought in, some called cultivating tractors. It's called, right? I think, is that what it's called? Like cultivator. And to be nice, I don't know. I'll show you in Enugu states. We'll go check. To support public transportation as well as agriculture. I know what you are thinking. Or maybe we have something similar we are thinking. Those buses were imported by the state government. They were used buses. Good, used, but fancy. Kind of like, when I say fancy, like they look fine. So somebody imported also of used vehicles, right? Used buses for public transportation. When in that same eastern part of Nigeria, I think you have 2 car makers. I don't know the second one, but I know that of Innocent, right? In Nigeria, they have about 3 or 4 car makers. And then, you know, once in a while, I do kind of like tell myself how unfortunate Nigeria is with the kind of criminals leading that place, right? When you look at the wealth created by America, right, the way they kind of did it, you realize that it is that like homegrown wealth for Americans than imported wealth, kind of. You know what I mean by that? Like, as many people believe that America love to be the police of the world. They want to be here. They want to be there. They are here. They are taking stuff from here to their country. When it comes to what really built America, the American steel, and then the American steel workers, the car makers, those who are like the American engineering. When you look at things that America invested in their own people for themselves, which became the legacy of that country, right? You will realize that it comes from the funding of internal massive manufacturing sector, production, to be precise. Imagine if Innocent had to like be given a contract by state governors. Yeah, state governors in Nigeria, and all the 4 car makers or 3 car makers, including Nodo, car makers in Nigeria, right? And the money that each state spend in importing used vehicles who will crash and become scraps on your road in another few months or maybe a year or 2 or a few years, right? So you could actually build something so new, so Nigerian, and you could create this massive, huge economy. So if you have 36 state governments, governments, with the federal government spending over, over $2 billion on importing cars into Nigeria. Imagine if they all have to invest 10 billion or to, let's say, $20 billion, right? To ask all those car makers in Nigeria to produce those cars, those vehicles, all kinds, and for different purposes, mass transit, and name it, right? Even trams, on trains, you know, coaches on trains. You produce them in your country, your own style, your own steel, your iron. Nigeria get iron, no? Here you get. Do you know how rich you're going to be in your economy? Do you know how many years, right, that these companies are going to be like perpetually engaged? Do you even understand? You know, but it won't work for them. It doesn't work that way, because if they don't import, procurement is the place where corruption in Nigerian government domiciled, right? So procurement, that is where the looting is. If you by any chance find yourself in any department, procurement department of any arm of government, you are expected to be a multi-billionaire, because naturally you just like, you can steal and believe that nobody will notice. You know, it's unfortunate. The second part is the agriculture. Looks great. When I saw those tractors, I'm like, this is mechanized. Even though it's so crazy, right? In this day and time, the word mechanized farming sounds so posh. 2025 in Nigeria, but still, the criminal politicians have displayed tractors many times. Oh, what about security? What about security of those who are going to be, security of those farmers? Right? The tractors are not going to work themselves. No. People would have to operate them. The farms will not tend it. I mean, they will not tend themselves as well. People would have to go there and tend them. So the security, which is the most paramount of it all. You know. But kudos though, for efforts. And if it is for propaganda, Enugu people. Again, that's another one, right? When you put together a transportation system, right? It should be something that should be holistic, all right, which covers everywhere, and they map the plan everywhere, all over your states. But in Nigeria, they always plan for their state capital, because that's where they want to display that government exists. Outside their state capitals, oh my God, you automatically see the absence of governance in those parts, or in Nigeria. So let's give them kudos for trying, though. I want to believe it's real. So you, the Enugu people, especially those of you who are like within Enugu city, I hope you are enjoying this, your new improved transportation, right? And hopefully security will improve as well, and we can celebrate the success of their agricultural revolution. Mechanized farming is called. While those who are supposed to provide security for us are protecting the people they call the expatriates. In a video that has gone viral in the last few hours, I don't know if you have seen it, right? Nigerian policemen and their expatriates employers.
蒋总跟他们发小费了。
走开。
这都是赖拉，都是1000的赖拉给的。
蒋夫人，来
，200赖拉相当于那个1块钱。发钱了。一个人是5000赖拉。帅的都给钱啊！帅的就多给一张。
So a lot of people have been reacting to that. Some believe that is so irritating, so disgusting, so embarrassing. How can Others are just like, Abache, because they record them. Do you even want to know what they are using your Nigerian policemen for? In this their vigilante work, private guard work. Police, so these are like Nigerian policemen. No? So is it because they recorded it and you are like, what the hell? What nonsense? How can you believe this? Because they recorded it and shared it with us. You have to see what they use them for. There are some of them that are working as, I'm not exaggerating. There are some of them that are actually working as a housemaid. Yeah. They go put gun on the side like this. They put gun to the side and they will be doing laundry, washing. Yeah, washing car for their Oga. Oga, are you ready, sir? I say, yeah, I'm going to see, Inspector. I'm going to be going out in the next 2 hours, okay? But I'll tell you, I'll remind you in another hour. But get ready, Sha. Are the cars ready? Yes, Oga, yes, everything ready. Good. All right. I heard that you are the one who washed the cars, Inspector. Say, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I did it. 2 of them, sir. The Lamborghini and the, what do you call it? The Maybach, sir. Say, officer, you are very hardworking. They've told me about you, officer. Don't worry. Inspector, I'll take care of you. And then you say, Inspector, Kofoshi, take this for washing the cars this morning. Is it because they are not recording them, right? Everybody's on his own. Like this guy.
Here is site. FBI lodge, Ita. So, you can see this place like open like this. This is what our Nigeria police are doing now. So around midnight, 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, police people, they came here and opened this place and follow this place and come out inside the house. So I don't know what is wrong with our people now. Nigeria is so corrupted that Nigeria police, they are vandals now. Look at how they vandalized this house.
Not only that, they dragged the door with us.
They dragged the door and they wanted to even shoot gun. before God said that they should not shoot the gun, and despite that, they force themselves and follow this place and come out inside. Come, let me show you inside. Look at the inside. Look at the inside. Look at what our Nigerian police are doing. You can see it. A person's house in the midnight, 1 to 2 o'clock in the midnight. Police people get mad and come to person's house and vandalize it like this. The back window. This is the back window of the house. Look at it again. They follow this. They follow the back and vandalize it and push it by force. Look at how it is. Our Nigerian police. Look at what they are capable of doing. I think you can see another this one again. Look at how they open this their gather. Look at it. A person's house. Look at how they do. Not only this only one room. They rob about how many? 4 rooms here, and they carry 8 people from this place to their station. And that means
they carry 8 people from this lodge.
From this lodge to their station at the midnight 2 o'clock. I think you can see what they are doing. Inside the house, they carry many things from here that we cannot even know. Look at what our Nigerian police are doing.
Nigeria police, Nigeria uniformed criminals. Yeah, they are the other colleagues. If they are not working as a private vigilante for people who have money to pay them money, they are working as an organized armed robbers. Here you get, and they are very good. I mean, did you not see that video? Nigeria is a place where after you finish building before you can say you have finished building your house, you must have put a cage to cage yourself inside, protect yourself. Or build a very tall high wall fence, like a prison yard, because you are not only just protecting yourself from the criminals who are coming to rob you, you also may be protecting yourself from the uniformed criminals, men in black, who are also coming to rob you. But the difference is that they will do it and say they are doing it on a suspicion. That's why we came to your house and came through the roof. But now that we didn't find anything, right? Okay, you need to give us 500,000 naira to bail yourself. It's never free. They are called uniformed criminals in that contraption. They have others who are on the road. They have those who target homes. They have those who, and when you see them, they are always very angry. You see one that is very angry. You see another one that seems to be very nice. This is the modus operandi. You see the one that is very angry. It represents their resentment for you. He is there on the road. His salary is less than 50 pounds, right? Less than 100,000 naira. And somehow, you are coming and driving a car with AC. You the crazy. How come? Yeah, he's been doing police work. He cannot buy the tire of your car. So he hates you. He automatically hates you. So it go be like say, it go be like say person will be tall guy, but very poor, right? Chasing a girl who loves money. And then a dwarf with money, right? And you are wondering why this girl is going for this dwarf with money. And she's ignoring this tall guy, tall, handsome, blah, 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 blah. The reason is because poverty will make this tall guy look shorter. And the money will make this dwarf look taller for a girl that loves money. So when the police officer sees you, they are angry enough that, right, they blame you for their own miserable lives in the hands of those that, they blame you for what the criminal politicians have done to them. So everyone is looking for a cut or a shortcut to any good deal that can go and be a glorified vigilante in my police uniform. So they hate you. It is with that rage and anger they start feeling like How can you be all right and I am not all right? Imagine that. I mean, it's not your fault. Don't get me wrong. It's not your fault. Oh, it is just who they are. Like, it looks at you and say, how old are you? Say, like, officer, you know, they say with the fight. He says, stop, park. Then you park. You wind down your window. So, officer, how are you, sir? My friend, come down. Sir, like, why is he angry? That is why he's angry. Because somehow, Nigeria is showing him a shege. He's a spineless and a coward, and is given a gun. Right? So that moment on, when he sees you, that looks like you have a life that looks better, right? Or they come to your house and they bust your house and they see that you actually have a fine house. Suddenly they will start slapping you, kicking you. Say, officer, what you do now? Why did they slap me? You came to my house, you didn't tell us why you are here or what you are looking for. Now you have problem with me, you call me a Yahoo boy because, yeah, that's what they call you. The bad book, I say, but you know, be EFCC officer, why they call me Yahoo boy? Are you arresting Yahoo? Everybody is mad in that place, right? But in other climes, right, it will kind of, it might kind of like interest you, or you may be jealous of those who wear uniforms in this country, right? Sometimes you'll be like, oh, I wish I am like a soldier. Which soldier? American soldier. Oh yeah, American soldier. Of course. No, Jamie, I won't be Nigerian soldier before now. Say American soldier. Oh, when others are looking at Nigerian soldiers and just like, you know, I would do homophobe. You remember that joke? I won't keep away see policeman. We gotta do. I said, I would do homophobe. A soldier. Swozam. Wow. And then it was I do homophobe, kind of. But when you see other people wearing the uniform with pride, and you look at them, that they are not just so professionally looking, they're so impressive, right? That somehow you're like, oh, like this one. Have you seen this before?
You're good. Go back. We've been missing you see. No, another person. Talk say. What's in there? Poison. What's going on there? I'm busy. I'm on operation right now. Surgical.
Nah, I'm a wedo.
Yes. David.
We did kill something. I'm Pankambi.
You know, something that makes you feel like, man, I won't go try. When I saw Ahmed, you know, in Houston at my hotel, and I was like, it looks so massive. By the way, you know that Ahmed, our own Ahmed, yeah, it looks so massive and it's like a proper soldier, like, you know, those big bouncers like that. He's actually like taller, right? So it was like that. And I was like, man, I don't know if they will still accept anybody over 40. I wouldn't mind to go and join Nigeria. I mean, go and join the US Army. But age is no longer on my side, so sad. Or you won't feel like that when you meet the proper trenchy soldier in Nigeria. You know the story, you know? And those ones who pretend to probably look professional and all that, they will prefer to drench themselves in the corrupt system they run in that place, while those bloody soldiers are sent to the front, right? They are still ones are fighting for $50, or as they are fighting for $60 their pay, others are just cashing out from the industry, from the terrorism industry that they have in Nigeria. Well, I'll leave it at that. There are some G's where we say are just here right now, and I do not have all the details, but in case if you have heard, there is part one. I mean, there is one part that is from River State. Okay, so they said The sole administrator of Rivers State, Yorubas, has summoned Fubara and his deputy. They must appear before him on the 18th of this month, which is like 4 days away. No, is that 18th? I don't know. So I haven't confirmed. Like, Yorubas is calling the governor of Rivers, right? So is that not a C finish? Like Yorubas appointed by Tifnumbu. Okay. Anyway, so I don't know. I don't know how to react to it yet. Okay. So that is one. Second one, they said that Fubara actually gave, this one has been confirmed though, right? But not in detail. Okay. Fubara gave NBA, Nigerian Bar Association, 300 million naira. 300 million naira for their convention or something. You know, they always have this annual convention or something. Right? So it was supposed to be held in Port Harcourt before Fubara got suspended. So they now said, okay, this Iba said it. He said, Fubara give them 300 million naira. 300 million naira. Like, what the heck, man? 300 million naira. Rivers people's money. How? The NBA said, well, there's no biggie there. Because the NBA decided that they are not going to have the annual convention or whatever in Port Harcourt because of the violation of the constitution by Tifnumbu for him appointing this sole administrator, Charade. So, in protest, they decided to move their program to Enugu. Now it is the Enugu state that will be hosting them now. Now, Ibas from Rivers State is now asking the NBA to refund the money. Give back the money, 300 million naira given to you. So NBA is not saying they didn't give them money. They're just saying that it's a gift. Ibas has no right to ask for the money back. So some are now saying that, why would Fubara give them 300 million naira? I don't know that way. I'll be poor man picking. Poor man picking. Poor man picking. I'll be the one to calculate what 300 million naira can do for the ordinary people of Rivers State in healthcare and all of that. 300 million naira. So NBA says they are not refunding shishi. Why would they give them 300 million naira? Hang on. That's the way I've been feeling since this afternoon when I heard that. I'm like, once in a while, I'll just be like, why would he give them 300 million? 300 million naira for what? The next one will just be like, Maiyegun, is everything okay? He said, yeah, well, everything is okay, Jerry, but I'm just thinking out loud. But you've said this still like about 4 times in the last 5 minutes. Asking questions like, we thought you were on the phone. I said, no, I'm not on the phone. I can't just imagine it. This is what they do with your money. Every single one of them, So I would leave you with that. And I am so sorry that we have not really been taking calls in the last few days and all that stuff. And some people are feeling not complete. So maybe we should try it this evening, right? So I'll take a short break, try it and see if the line works. And if I come back and the line is not really working, like, I don't know what's wrong, right? But you do me this favor, like the broadcast. Okay, like it, share it, subscribe to my channel as usual, right? Just do what you have to do. When I come back, we'll try and see if we can take calls. So, if we can't, we'll call it a night. So don't go anywhere. I'll be back in a minute. And thank you very much, everyone, those who are still with us. I have my first caller, and, you know, I do remember every evening, by the way, Dami is this a member of this temple who told me he was coming to the UK last month. And the last 2 weeks I've been like trying to see if I could get you. And if you have been messaging me that I've not responded, it's because I've been missing your messages and the also of other messages I've received. So Dami, message me if you are still around. Here is my first caller this evening. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Long.
Good.
I'm fine. Long time.
I know. It's been a while.
Yeah. I'm good. Are you?
Well, very well. Can't complain. Thanks for asking. Please.
Yes. So, that's so administrator. That from River State, Ibas. He's
Ken. Is that Ken?
Yes.
Why are you sounding so different at first? Oh, see, I need to be hearing all of you every now and then. When I don't take calls, I kind of begin to, you know, sort of like blankets start getting blood or something. How are you doing?
I'm fine. With you?
I mean, again, I can't really complain. You know, still pushing it. So
I like your I like your dance move. It's very nice.
Oh yeah, thank you. Maybe I should start a dance class. And somebody like yourself can just come, and everybody, you know, like we can have.
I will attend. Trust me, Maiyegun, I will attend your class.
Nice one. So Ibas and the power that doesn't exist that he is wielding, Ken.
This, yes. So Ibas is 26th course. I think, yeah, from now it's 26th course, regular course, NDA. He was my XO when I was in service in Air Station. Air Station. It was XO, then he became CO. In fact, I've had the singular honor and the privilege to work with him during one of the promotion boards. I was like a secretary and the top parties. He's a man, based on the history I know him, that will definitely he will work for who is the pay master. You know what I mean? Let's do that. So when I saw it, he's a good man. No, don't get me wrong. He's a good man. I mean, the little I know him at that time. But I'm surprised that somebody who served during Buhari's tenure as chief of naval staff, and then that period, if you recall, Maiyegun, those three service chiefs, they performed very woefully there because considering the level of the security that was going on, insecurity then you now have him being appointed as an ambassador to somewhere in West Africa, I think in Ghana or so, after they were retired, before they
gave them some of their appointments here and there. Yeah, ambassadors. Ratai Debucha was sent to Benin Republic. You're right.
Exactly. So it still boils down to the same thing you have always constantly been saying on this platform. That what is the point of doing the same thing over and over again and expect a different result? These people. This is absolutely what you've been preaching. You've been saying from the very get-go that why are we always bringing in people who they failed? They've not performed. And is it their fault that they've not performed? I wouldn't say that much because considering the kind of system we're operating in a 1999 constitution that is so bedeviled with evil intention that is already included in that document. So coming back to what you've been saying is that why are we doing the same thing over and over again with the level of education Nigerians have acquired? Is it PhD, professor, name it, Maiyegun? Yes. Look at where we are. Ibrahim Traore in Burkina Faso. Look at what that one is even doing. Is it even half of the educated ones we have in Nigeria? But look at this.
36 as well. It's just a 36-year-old young man.
Young man, look at what he's doing there. Look, I am not here again, and I want the people in the temple to for us to agree on one thing. As a member of the temple, I'm not here to always thinking that when I come, it's just to lash out or criticize the Nigerian government. Is the only thing I know how to do. No, but I want us to believe that we are all here objectively to point out the inhumane attitude, the conduct for which the Nigerian government have subjected our people to. This is and it doesn't look like we're even close. If Burkina Faso, a small boy, is doing what is doing in Burkina Faso, is it rocket science?
It's not.
Is it rocket science that we just get it done? You have looted.
It is intentional. You know, all of this is intentional. So that's what makes it sad. You know, like nobody is expecting an El Dorado of a place, just a normal rule of law where the human rights are respected and people are treated like human beings. That's all people are asking for, not some magician that will turn place to a Dorado. No, this is wrong, you know. Ken, thank you very much, okay, for opening the conversation this evening. We have other callers, okay.
It's a good talking to you. Thank you.
It's a pleasure hearing from you again. Have a good one, sir. So here is another. Hello.
It's a pleasure hearing from you again.
So, please, my caller, you may need to mute the broadcast or go to another room if you can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hello. How you doing?
Hello, sir. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you.
Grant, all of us can hear you too. Please.
All right, Maiyegun, have you been?
Well, very well, Baba. How you doing?
I'm good. Yeah, before I actually contribute, there's a lady that used to call on your show. Is it Abike or Abeke or something? You know, she used to call to you.
She's Abike.
Yeah, I know it's
Abike.
Exactly. I know it's been a while, and I know usually, you know, we try to check on everybody to be sure if it's been a while. We hear from them.
We've not forgotten you. Big possibly watches like many others too, right? Sometimes one thing about you know, on Maiyegun's diary Politico, we have those who are like, the moment you open the line, they will call in, right? We call them, we know those ones as regular callers. Then we have those who are silent watchers. The only reason why those ones will ever call is when a certain conversation is ongoing and they just really couldn't hold it in anymore. They want to say something. Then we also have those who are just like seasonal callers, you know. So I mean, I've missed that Abike, and there's so many others like that, right? Who have like Lady Abby. She's more into just engaging in comments these days, right? She doesn't really call, and you know, I do hope she's hearing you, so that she will know that there are many people who
I just hope she's okay, because you know she contributes very well. She's very knowledgeable. So
thank you so much,
man. Yeah, no problem. So I just wanted to contribute based on the what's that man's name that wanted an elected governor to come and give him reports. And when you mentioned that, it cracked me up, honestly speaking. So I was just trying to picture it in my head. So
elected governor, that can be true. I was like, what are you saying? What do you mean like that can be true? It's already published as government announcement.
I don't know, for some reason. I'm thinking maybe it's a prank or something. Like I don't know.
Because some people can't imagine it. They're like, how can you? Like, so
honestly,
Fubara will now go and go in front of you. Like, what the heck, man?
I'm telling you that I was like, I didn't want to. Usually, I don't call. I just listen in. You know, I'm one of the seasonal listeners. Right. But when I heard that, it cracked me up. I'm like, it's not possible. But you know, Nigeria, nothing is impossible in Nigeria.
So you visit the same Fubara with his heart.
Yeah. So
and they will say, if you want to feedback, you say, what? And all your anger, all your rage, right? You can't say, okay, how I go balance up now? Who should I be more angry at right now? Now, is it Fubara?
Exactly.
Or Nigeria? Exactly. It's a funny place, but honestly, go on.
Anyway, I don't have much to say. That's why I didn't have the intention of calling. I just said I'm like, no, I need to say something on this, But thanks for the good work you do, man. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Okay, enjoy your evening.
No problem.
So here is Victor, I believe. Hello.
Hello, Maiyegun. How you doing, my brother?
I'm very well, man. How you doing, sir?
I'm all right.
Grand.
Oh, it's nice to connect with you again today, man.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, it's Victor from Frankfurt.
That's you, Victor from Frankfurt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hear from you again. Go on, Baba.
My brother. The topic that you touched on today, man, that I think it hits home, man. It hits home, like seriously. It's two things that really struck me there. One is the policeman and that the Chinese man was, and the woman was making fun of. I mean, literally, the policeman, not just one of them, but a kind of
duty. Add that, they are not on medical. They are on
exactly
duty.
parading them and making fun of them, and they're going to take this to China and be using it as a kind of a mockery against our policemen
in Nigeria. Look at man, we give them money, they do whatever we want them to do for us.
It's a slap on our face, my brother. It's a slap on the Nigerian police face, on Africa in general. It's so repugnant, I've never seen something like this in my life before.
It is so cringy to watch. Like, you don't even know if you have to laugh or get mad. Like, what the heck, man? What's this?
So the corruption in our country has been so institutionalized that the politicians have taken over the resources, and then these people that they use as decoy, a kind of how would I put it? The people that they are using as a kind of front, their SPV or whatever they call them,
they are paid sellers. So it's
are now the ones that are now in charge, messing up our police force, and our forces will start dancing to their tune. It's so appalling, my brother. I'm so ashamed. I was ashamed when I saw it.
Imagine the lowest that they have sunk, honestly.
Oh God, how did we get here? Oh, well.
Time shall tell, by the way, and we will keep putting this in front of everyone so that if you have any reason to really get mad at this corrupted system, maybe you can find one here. If you're looking
I made some serious comment on it. One, I know some of them are hungry. It's due to the condition of the condition that got created by the situation prevailing in the country. But there is no reason for a policeman to subject themselves to such ridicule, to the point that they were filming them. They know they were being filmed, and the purpose for which they were filming them, they don't know. Oh my God, this is the height of insult that we could get as a nation.
Victor.
Secondly,
yes, second one. Go on.
The other aspect of it is this mechanized farming, the issue of the tractors and the public transports that got imported from foreign land.
Yeah.
You see, this misplacement of priority of a thing. You understand? At the time, I'm beginning to think, well, by God's grace, if we're able to form a better Nigeria, I think somebody like you could be, stand a very good chance of advising the government on what to do, because you seem to know a lot better than this, funny people that call themselves politicians.
It's not that they didn't know too, Baba. It's not that they don't. It's the thing is that it is all intentional. You get that now? I'll tell you something before you continue, Victor, right? Do you know that more than 50% of those who are running Nigeria right now, more than 60% of them, they've actually lived abroad before. More than 60% of them have dual citizenship in that country. Some of them have lived either 10 years, 15 years, 5 years abroad, like me and you. But
they say they're supposed to be
intentional about them to keep the people that way. It's intentional. So that's why I told people, I said, I appreciate the fact that when you kind of like have that personal conviction in people like myself, right? I say somebody like yourself should be in a position to advise people, or even people like us should be in charge of government and the rest of that. That's quite,
exactly.
Like
These guys are confused. They don't seem to know what they're doing.
Yeah,
look at
the system, this whole system is deliberate. That's the part. For people like us to be able to shine, right? Like you think, okay? For people like us to be able to shine in a system, right? It must be a system that wanted quality over quantity, a merit-based system. Do you get that now?
Yeah.
And
exactly.
Now human being will put together a merit-based system. No spirit will do it. So that's when people like us that you probably can project will be able to really shine. Everything happening in that place is intentional.
You see, my brother, in fact, it makes me wonder, okay, fine. Even if we don't produce much, but at least we have a company like Innocent. Yeah. What stops us from patronizing this company? That's how we grow. That's how other countries grow. Okay, look at, in fact, I made some comment on that. When I saw it, I made some comment. I said, Tinubu should go and learn from this young man, this vibrant young guy from Burkina Faso.
Right.
Do you know what he did? Do you know what he did?
What?
He has liberalized his economy that now Burkina Faso has become a tax-free nation. In fact, the first in history. That the Western world are even saying that maybe they should sanction them because they are so afraid now that the billionaires are going to take their money to go and invest in Burkina Faso.
Like that.
When they asked him, how are you going to finance other things like the infrastructure? Did you know what he said? He said the natural resources. People don't have to pay tax, pay tax to the government. The natural resources from Burkina Faso is enough to finance the development of the infrastructure in that country. Now you tell me how investors will not come into such environment to invest when they know that their money is going to be saved and they won't get taxed.
Eventually.
The whole profit that they make will get taken, if they want to take it back to their country, whatever they want to do, it's available to them. In fact, Tinubu should go and learn from this guy.
Again, like I said,
I appreciate it, my brother.
Intentional. So if they all decided and say we are going to invest $10 billion or $20 billion in manufacturing industries in Nigeria, you see, just $2 billion of that money alone can generate another at least to more than 30,000 megawatts of electricity. Which, if that is added, right, where iron processing factories springs up next to where the resources, the iron ore resources is, right? And you are there as you employ thousands of people working in mining the iron ore, processing it. Your factories, there are other thousands of workers in your factory processing the into iron.
Unemployed
right?
that will be taken out of the unemployed labor.
All your industry you want to build, right? Whether it is a motoring industry, whether it is a construction industry, whether it is name it, right? You would have the resources produced locally, and those are the things that will strengthen your naira. They know all of these things, Victor, but Nigeria is not put together to work for anybody, so they won't.
That is why I continue to say, if Obi has taken, if they have allowed Obi to rule that nation, we wouldn't have been where we are today. Some people will come around.
There will be slow blocking of the hemorrhage. You're right. That's the difference.
What could have been the difference? This guy has an idea. He projected it. I mean, he laid it down before us and was telling us, look, this is what we could do to salvage our nation, to bring us back on this brink. And the people are there.
Here we are.
The
system rigged against the people. People have no real say. It's unfortunate.
Also, we learn our lessons. We're learning a hard way, though.
Victor, let me take one more or two.
Yeah, please do.
Nice.
Have a nice evening. Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Stay safe, man. Okay. So here is our guy, the African Wahala, which is the Prince Adewale from Canada. How are you, Baba?
Yes, brother. I'm good.
It's been a while.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really good to talk to you, man.
Okay. Thank you so much. So how are you? How's everything?
Yeah, everything is good. Yeah, it's just good to speak again on the temple of truth.
Thank you.
You know, we've had many things to speak about over the last few days. We've not had a chance, so
Anyone that you can remember, we can start from that.
yeah,
Just anyone.
there's
so much
to my
that has
previous
happened, like,
caller.
in the last year. Go on.
Yeah, to the previous caller, my dear brother. I'm sorry that you feel that way. You feel really embarrassed about the Nigerian police. It's unfortunate, but that's how Nigeria has always been. It's just because these days social media is so popular, so some of these things are now recorded and posted for everyone to see. This is how Nigeria has always been. If the Nigerian police are not seeking for jobs with Chinese or Americans, Europeans, anybody from anywhere else,
Pakistanis,
all those kind of people, they will seek for appointments with, like, the so-called celebrities, or with the mega pastors. These days, even social media content creators that have a lot of followers, the police lobby to get jobs to work with them. Because if you think about it, a policeman whose salary is 70,000 naira per month, a tip for washing the cars, going to pick up the children of the politician, or going to pick up the big man's girlfriend, going to pick up one of the China man or the Indian, they'll give them a tip of 50,000 naira. So in 1 week, they've already made 80% of their salary in tips. So it's not a surprise that they stoop that low. They are not stooping low. They are not embarrassing you. They are not embarrassing Nigeria. If we are being honest with ourselves, we should know by now that Nigeria itself is an embarrassment to everyone, to Africa. Nigeria as an entity, it's unfortunate. What we have is that geographical space, the map of Nigeria that we have today that was passed on to us by Europeans after they divided Africa. That geographical space can never work to our benefit, especially considering the way it is politically structured. It's never going to work. How would one president be in control of so many people with so much diversity, and such an entity will work? It's not going to work. I mean, yesterday, Maiyegun was showing us videos of some soldiers. They were under attack by Fulani bandits. Maybe it was Lakurawa, maybe it was ISWAP, maybe it was Boko Haram. I mean, the contraption has so many terror groups, you can't even keep counts these days. So the soldiers are complaining, go better for Nigerian government. Nigerian government, see how you set us up. I mean, this is everyday complaints, every day. Listen, I was watching a video today. Some Fulani terrorist was like, you people are blaming us. Why are you blaming us? It's not our fault. Before we started, Fulani terrorists, before we started in this country, was there a light? Was there good road? Was there hospital? So, I mean, the problem is not the Fulani terrorists. The problem is not the Nigerian police or the soldiers. It's not about people not being patriotic. It's the contraption itself. The Nigeria as an entity, not the geographical space. God bless the geographical space. I mean, we have beautiful places from the north, east, south, central, everywhere. We have many nice features. However, as an entity, Nigeria is never going to work. Period. It's just not going to work. And it's unfortunate.
I said, if Nigeria is going to work, it must be that the people who are part of Nigeria, right, decided that they wanted to work. So when was the time that we agreed, right, to be one Nigerians? There was never a time we agreed. There was never a written agreement that these were the conditions for all of us to come together and live together. There was none. Everybody just projected that since we are all black and since since we can all speak broken English, we should be fine.
They're the same people.
Yeah, you are the same. We are not. There's some unique differences that, except we respect them, right? And everybody agrees to respect those differences, right? That is the only time we can say, oh, we agree to be in the same country. Then write a constitution that represents those interests. In absence of all of that, right? Africa Wahala.
It's a waste of time.
It's a waste of time.
It's a waste of time, my brother. Because, I mean, look, you just explained it. We have to respect our differences. Yes, it's unfortunate what happened, how Nigeria was created. Europeans partitioned Africa for their own benefits and to our detriment. And then we ended up with the geographical space, and we are forced with other people to share that geographical space. The least that we can do is to come up with a structure that will be respectful of different groups. I mean, to be honest, Nigeria should probably have, like, in my opinion, maybe 15 states or 15 provinces, you know, something like that. And then there shouldn't be any powerful presidios. That's stupid. How would a man be so powerful?
In the first place, right? So they were supposed to have,
it's just absolutely, it's a joke.
It was 15 provinces, right? And within those provinces, you can then have what is called the counties, which represent you know, every group of interest, tribe, and all that, and say, yeah, Enugu, Agbalaka County, Chukwueze County, Nwabueze County, Haruna, Dankwambo. I'm just using those ones to represent everybody in their own space and whatever you want to call it. All of us agreeing to be in the same country. That's the beginning. We must first agree, right? Then we can then choose how we want to be governed and ruled. In the absence of all of that, it is a waste of time.
There is only one inevitable option at this point. It's going to be the catastrophic implosion of the contraption. But thank you, Maiyegun General. Thank you so much for your great platform and your great work.
Bless you, man. Send me well to the girls as well, okay? And the missus.
I will, Baba. Thanks.
Right? Cheers, man. That is the African Wahala, ladies and gentlemen. Here is a brother across the Niger. All hail Biafra. All hail Odudua.
All hell Biafra. All hell Odudua.
How you doing tonight?
How you doing? I'm pretty good. I was at work. I was like, let me step out real quick and chime in. What an incredible show today.
Fantastic. Right?
Yeah,
let's make it all.
Yes. Yes, everyone that called in made a terrific contribution. African Wahala, salute to you. Everything you said, you nailed it. You know, once again, people that's calling, talking about our country, there's no such thing as our country. Nigeria has never been our country. Nigeria has always been something that always weighed us down to keep us in a contraption and in perpetual slavery. And there's nothing Tinubu could do or anything. Tinubu is an agent. Tinubu was sent there for a reason, to keep everything in chaos so they could steal as much resources as they can. Even them, they're having no mouth. If, for instance, when the coups happened in Burkina Faso and the rest of the other countries, Tinubu jumped head first in to send troops in there in Niger. I mean, to go, yes, to invade the country. I mean, let's be real. These people will never want anything good for us because they want the status quo. They want things to be the same way that it has always been, where they have an upper hand and everyone is a slave to them. Tinubu lived in abroad. So many of them lived abroad. They know what's good from right. You know what I mean? Yes. But they could never do it because they benefit from it, so as their cronies. And there's nothing we could do from today to tomorrow to change anything. The only solution is to break it up. Break it up, because Fulani agenda never changes. No. The whole agenda is to Islamize and radicalize the whole place.
That's right.
To their fit. Yeah, so we can sit here and cry. They will crash the economy. The economy will crash from today. Nothing will move, be at a standstill. They still don't care. As long as they get their they achieve their objectives is Islamize and take over that geographical space. So people, we must wake up. How can I say? Keep pushing and informing the people. Yes, of what's ahead.
Don't get tired.
You know,
don't get exhausted.
You can't.
Never get gaslighted.
You can't.
Or bullied. Or even blackmailed. from speaking. Just don't stop.
Yes.
Until you see
you can't
a
stop.
significant physical change or changes.
Yes, by force, something is going to change. I mean, I draw my inspiration from you, Maiyegun, from Nnamdi Kanu, for many other people that are not as popular, you know, that is speaking on the ground and things like that. Yes, they are contributing. I mean, Maiyegun, I met someone yesterday. I'm into IT, so I'm going to give a little bit of myself. I'm into IT. I went into I do things. I went to a big company, and a gentleman there was a security guard. I heard his accent. I was like, "Where are you from?" He was like, "I'm the same place where you from." So he said it. I was like, "Oh, okay, tell me where exactly." He's like, "I'm from Biafra." I was shocked because I've never heard anyone be as proud to say that they're from Biafra. Yes. So things are changing. Because now people are identifying who they are. I met someone else months ago from Oduduwa. He addressed himself as being an Oduduwa. So it's like more and more. Yeah, no one wants to claim Nigeria. You can't claim Nigeria. Nigeria is a shame. Nigeria is a curse. Anyone claiming to be a Nigerian, you're putting a curse on you. So you know that. We never sat down to make an agreement. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna stay. We're gonna call ourselves Nigerian. Someone else from Europe.
No, nothing. We're not invited.
Yes.
To discuss.
Never.
All about us.
I mean, what is Nigeria? What is the meaning of Nigeria? No one knows till today. Though for linguistics will tell us.
I know.
Yeah. You know, nigger area.
So the Niger River, but yet I am part of Nigeria. Make that make sense.
Exactly.
Let me take another one.
So like, all right, I'll help you out. I'll Oduduwa. Please like and subscribe, people.
Oduduwa, bless you. Stay safe, man. Okay, and you have a very good one over there. Indeed, we are coming to the end of the broadcast. By the way, just so you know. Okay, so we are going to. I'm going to take one or two more, maybe one or two, maybe one. Here is Emoji. Colin, how are you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. Good evening from here.
Good evening to you. Thanks so much for
coming. You know, I don't even have much to say. Just that today, I was a little bit sad about what's going on in Plateau. I know it's something going on everywhere in Nigeria, but the one of Plateau is now bully. They are now bullying the people because, and what came to my mind was like, I believe all those villages, they have brothers in army, they have brothers in police. There are some army people, there are some army personnel fighting in Zanfara or Boronu. Their parents are there, or their grandmother or their maternal home are there. They should leave that army and go back and save their people, because these guys now is complete genocide, is complete ethnic cleansing. Because if you notice what when they are on that mass burial, you see openly Christians they are killing there. You see 100% is Christians they are killing. They came at night. Now they are coming in the afternoon. Who knows? They are not coming at will. So anybody that's from that village, army, police, or whatever, drop that gun for the Nigerian government. Go back to your place and defend your place. Defend your people. You people should stop talking, shouting, and all these things. They are killing your people.
The same people responsible for the attacks to come and save you.
Yeah. Yeah. Then there's one guy that called in. He said Ibas in River State, the sole administrator, that the guy is a nice guy. Anybody that work, when he said the guy work on that Buhari regime, he's a criminal. He's a criminal.
It's a failure, by the way. Just he said people like that shouldn't never be invited back to government. Like we all.
That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, yeah.
If you look at the character he's putting out now, it's just like the character of that controller general of custom then that worked with Buhari that refused to put on custom uniform to the house when they invited him. The same character. They always believe that God. They always like to be like commanding, you know. You can see it in his eye, but I pity him. except the River State king everywhere. You have in River State, the South, they always have kings. They're always collecting money from oil company and their dollars everywhere. So they don't care about their own people. So if they really care for their own people, they will send that man in prison. That man will end up like MFLA of Central Bank. They will finish using him.
I don't understand. Yeah, emoji. Like everybody who is watching this, I don't understand. He said he appointed the guy, right, to come and maintain peace, so that when the weakest men and Fubara are not in power, maybe their brain goes settle, so they can all come together and work together and move on. But the actions of this guy is like it was out to actually really deal with Fubara, something that somebody would do if they had managed to remove Fubara by impeachment. So how is this peace? Like I don't get it.
Mike, from his eyes, he's a criminal. He's a pure criminal. He's acting on script. This is the arrangement they made. But if River State people, all those their rubbish kings, all those people that always live on mansions,
I've not heard that.
Asawana. If they really care for their people, they will put that man will go to jail after this menace he came here to do. He will go to jail. Then there's something Africa Wahala just said now about the police. You know, when I saw those things this afternoon, I nearly cried Maiyegun. In Germany, I saw a German police. I love the way he dressed. And I said, can I take a picture of you? He said no. He said he's at work. I cannot take his picture. So I said, okay, no problem. I now left with dignity, you know. But look at our police, look at policemen. But African Wahala just said everything there because they are hungry. They are not getting enough money. That's why he gave them gun. That's why they are criminals. They are kidnapping people. They are killing people. They can kill somebody because of 500 naira. Look at the Chinese man mocking them, giving them money, making video with his family. And those people as governor, it's a shame, not a shame to those people. It's a shame to the Nigerian police division, all the police, all this IG. It's a shame to them because they will
should be arrested and they must be punished right now.
Nobody to arrest those people. Because in their pension, this pension scheme they are doing, they are not getting their pension. Their salary is peanut. It's nothing to take home about. Their barracks is so dirty. How can you be working as a policeman and you will not be getting enough money? He's a criminal. That person will be criminal now. He's a criminal. And I'm giving him license gun to do anything he wants to do with that gun. So they not. Look at the other one took the money and bow. The third person or fourth person took the money and bow. And after the man finished gave the money, the wife now started giving to them. So they are not. Oh God, thank you so much. Good night.
Take it easy, all right? You have a good one, sir. Here is one more caller before we all go to bed. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hey, Maiyegun, how you doing?
I'm very well. Oh, yourself?
Nice to talk to you again.
It's a pleasure. Thank you very much for calling in. Please.
First and foremost, I want to talk about this crazy idiot, the governor from the Plateau of Jos.
Muftan, Caleb.
He's not sorry about those killings. Forget about. Let's just think about ourselves.
It's just putting.
Do you know how long?
It's just a
theatric show. How long the killing of those people has always been taking place. It has been forever.
Yep.
Killing of, I would say majorly Christians, because if you go to Jos, most of them are actually Christians. And this idiot is also a Christian. So we all know there's an agenda to actually wipe out the whole Christian in the north. Everybody knows that.
Who defends them than the people who have the authority, who have the power?
Yeah.
Like a state governor.
And who is exactly?
And you appear like you're powerless and powerless.
These things have been happening for a long time, and this guy never did anything. And I'm sorry to say, it's going to happen again.
I mean, it is.
It's definitely going to happen again.
It was just in the same state. It was just last week that people were slaughtered.
He's not going to do a thing. Yeah. There's nothing he's going to do. They're still going to kill as much as they can, and he will still come out and still tell people, "Oh, I'm part of you. We regret what happened," and all of that. Secondly, when people are saying, when they're still talking about election in that country, I don't know, maybe people still don't know what is going on. It's laughable. that we are still talking about election. If I've been in Nigeria, probably when they actually conducted their last election, I most likely will vote for Obi. But after this whole thing, I looked at the whole thing. I said, look, this thing is this country is irredeemable. It's just a waste of time.
Participating in this way, knowing what we know, is like validating what is wrong. Okay, it's like somebody jumping over jumping over the bridge and expect somebody else to die, or drink a poison and expect somebody else to die.
If Obi had gone there, take out subsidy, do everything, people will still come out, they'll come on his neck and say, oh, you should not. And APC they'll feast on it. They're like, we told you he's not capable. We told you all this. So it's even a good thing.
By now, they will not shut down Nigeria 2-3 times.
Absolutely. He will have been out of office because everybody probably will have been on.
You get like people are currently the para.
So
one will be as their president.
He's lucky. Yeah, he's lucky. He didn't even get there. So let us forget it. That this election thing will solve any problem. Factually, it's not going to solve any problem. Let's don't fool ourselves. Then another thing is this police officer that they are talking about. What do you expect them to do? An average police, it's a shame to humanity for you to reckon a police officer to be human being. Nigeria police officer to be human in Nigeria.
I mean, people begin to share their personal experience in the hands of this
humanity.
I mean, I know people who say, if you're a daughter of a police officer, my sister, you don't say normal, you're not supposed to be better for you, Sha. I say, I like calm down now, daughter. She no be the
one. They know what they're saying now.
They say, no, we understand. I say, you don't do anything, my sister. You don't do anything, Now your papa, but because now your papa, you know, normal, you're not supposed to be better for you. I say, calm down, no.
Just imagine.
As a police officer in Nigeria, people don't see.
And if you look at it, we have people dying almost every day in that country. We've never for once seen Enugu attended any of.
No, not even mention it.
Are Nigerians, do they even see themselves to be human or even animal? Because some animal is even animal.
But if your chicken lost, you don't go look for him.
You look for it now.
If your goat lost, you don't go look for him. People are dying in Nigeria. Everybody they pretend say like it's all right, it's normal, maybe today.
The man just do not care.
That's what they have done to
People
us.
are dying every day, and they will come up and tell us nonsense, and it will happen again.
And it's like it's like a rinse and repeat. They will do the same thing again and begin to tell you how it is not that bad, how the government is trying, how they have been doing everything. If not because of what they have been doing, it would have been worse than this. I was like, life worse than this?
Now, the last time I called, I said, look, I shared it. Look, I'm a Christian, but I'm not a real practicing Christian. Whatever it is I say is what I've actually known while I was growing up. When we go to, there's a passage I said, can two work together unless they agree? Is it by force? Why can't people just, at least people respect the Bible? All these crazy Jews, siphoning bandits, at least they should be able to interpret their Bible and obey their Bible. I said, look, this thing is not working.
No.
Americans, they never forced any state to be part of the union.
No.
They never forced any. You only chose to be, okay, I think this might be a good thing.
When it was like some people felt like they are more, what do you call it? Is that superiority? They are like more superior than the other. But I want just civil warning. They had to kill themselves until they were tired.
Of course, they killed themselves.
When they were done, they called themselves again together and say, you know what, that's enough. Let's settle it now. Oh yeah, under this certain condition, the South and the North come together. Yeah, these conditions is the reason why we are all coming together today. And for the past 250 years, they haven't broken it.
They haven't. And look at it. Do you know any state can decide to secede from America?
It's part of American thing. Exactly.
Nothing is holding you back. If you say, I think they just go and do conduct referendum. If everybody
says, let's us together in a place where I don't even speak 90% of the language. Baba, I don't speak 90% of the language.
If we choose to ignore fundamental laws, Like I just said, a Jew will never live with a black man. The Arab do not want to see the black man. So the same way, I want, as a Yoruba man, can I just stay with my own client and just do my thing? I don't want to see the Northerners. I don't want to see the Igbo. We can exchange. We can meet in the, on the other side and do business and all of that. Can we just understand ourselves first?
Like we should try. That's the only thing we haven't tried. We've tried everything. They've tried parliamentary system. They've tried the unitary system. They've tried the military coup. They've tried what's the name of that one? That Fidie Shonekon interim. They've tried everything. Now only maybe we'll go our separate ways. We haven't tried. Why are they afraid?
I don't know where everybody, like, since the election, the time it comes up, it gets into my mind, and I keep telling people, deep inside their mind, they know it's not working. We all know it's not working. It's not going to solve the problem. It's not going to make anything better. Let us go our ways. And another thing, lastly, when people say, oh, these people could defend themselves, like the people in Plateau, when they say, they could defend themselves. Look, let's be rational. You see? They can't defend themselves. Forget about it. They are not going to defend, because seeing them just with broom is death sentence. It's death sentence.
When you see these terrorists, have you seen the terrorists? Have you seen the video of what these guys are capable of doing? So every time we say people defend themselves with what?
With what? I live in the United States. If they will allow people to start arming themselves, I'm ready to ship in gun. If they allow me, it's here.
You can go shopping and say, "Oh, I'm going to Nigeria. This one, Barretta. This one, you know what? Okay, yeah, I'll just go with this 5. You go shopping.
Yes, if they allow.
Going to Nigeria, cover.
I have some of my friends, northern friends, that are telling me, how can I get weapons? Look, these people, they're almost not in the north, the Hausa guys. They are calling me. They say, oh boy,
they want to own their own weapons and defend themselves.
They want to own, the government cannot do it. They're not going to help. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Have a good one, sir.
In fact, for calling it, because you see this part where you see this place where you hang balls, so right, it's going to leave the rest of us to go to bed tonight and maybe think, So thank you very much
for your time, as usual.
Enjoy the rest of the evening. Okay, appreciate this.
Bye.
One love, man. So thank you so much, everyone. Our time is up. And indeed, those of us who are trying to call in and the time is not allowing it, I promise you would have another shot. One thing is that even if the time you finally get through to speak on this program, the topic we are treating is different from what you want to talk about. Don't worry yourself. You can always raise it and talk about anything you want. But that will be next time though. So tomorrow afternoon, we are going to have our brunch time. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now, like having a day on, a day off for my brunch time. And yeah, so we're going to have our brunch time tomorrow. And please join as we continue to expose the politically sponsored tribalism, bigotry, ethnicism, and the rest. And if it's a soul that we manage to save, right? Well, that's something. And that's why we have to keep hearing it, keep pushing and keep destroying those propaganda and those hateful rhetorics. Okay, so thank you. I am going to see you again tomorrow, like I said. Until then, we're gonna take it easy, stay safe, okay, and good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number 1. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number 1. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number 1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number 1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number 1. pẹ̀lú kì í bó níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Maiyegun diary diary Politico. Maiyegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó. Maiyegun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.